tuning in. We are jumping into game number 1 of St4rk against Taro here. We are in Masters of Arena 5 loser bracket finals. The winner will play against your beloved Viper. The loser will face elimination and will be 3rd place in this tournament. Prize pool, I would say, is roughly 1k in this one. And yeah, this is a best of 7 series. We have a lot of picks before. We will show you that again pretty soon. I hope you are in for a very long time. Prepare your popcorn, get your cokes ready, your unhealthy food, lay back in your sofas and enjoy a very long series coming up. This is best of 7 on Arena, so could take us some time. Taro losing 3-0 the last time they two faced each other in this very tournament. Kind of a big surprise. I believe it was in like the winner bracket quarterfinals or something like that. And yeah, we will see if he is facing the same problems today. Last time the decision making wasn't super on point, and this time, Taro, where am I seeing your house for pop 20? Uh-oh. Over here, well, 2 villagers. That's somewhat still in time, so we will see about that. Defensive deer are getting pushed. Didn't find those 2 sheep, but shouldn't be a problem. Housed less than 3-4 seconds, so that's not a big problem. On the other side, we have Mr. St4rk playing in the purple trunks. He has Ethiopians, so not unlikely that we will see some form of Arbalest from both players. Obviously Ethiopians in the long run with a better army, but Taro with a better eco. We will see how this plays out. Did St4rk say why he was late? Any good reason? No. As I said before, Taro, when St4rk arrived, said, you're 50 minutes late. And St4rk said, I know. Maybe he was trying to figure out how far the admins would go here, and still somewhat mad. I have no idea what was going on. Apparently he was still in an Age of Mythology game. Make of that what you want. Kind of weird, guys, right? Kind of weird for me as well. We don't see any tower rushes from those 2 players. At least that's what I'm kind of expecting of this series. Both more of the chilled back reactive players trying to outsmart their enemies, which will be kind of interesting. We might see some kind of mind games, and both upping with pop 25. Indeed, Taro 6 seconds later. That was the small phase of being housed there. Now sending 1 villager on gold, and that's an interesting strategy that I didn't see for quite some time, guys. What are we doing with 110 gold? We are selling 90, or we're selling 100 stone, so have 90 gold left, or getting 90 gold, and then clicking up to Castlate. No, he's sending 2 more villagers back on it. Okay, that would have made so much more sense. I didn't really know. I knew where I was going with my story, but I didn't know if it really made sense. Maybe he is. That makes so much more sense. He's getting 30 gold and then selling 100 wood, which gives him 70 gold, and then clicking up to the Castlate with exactly 200 gold and 0 gold left. So that will be a pure boom by Mr. Taro without going on to gold. Very optimistic, I would say. Yeah, as I said before, St4rk not really known for some huge aggression. And what is St4rk housed here? What is going on? He did build a house somewhere else. Okay. That will be market blacksmith. Nothing too surprising by him. And well, he didn't loom, so he had 100 gold and did get 100 gold from his Ethiopian bonus, and is now sending villagers on gold. So I'm expecting something like a monastery with 2 villagers on gold, not more, not less. On the other side, Taro actually increased his kind of deficit, being up too late, to 7 seconds now, but that's no biggie for sure. Getting some stragglers. Where are good placements for TCs? We will see about that. His map actually stone pretty open. And he has one defensive goal, so I want to see a TC over here or over here. And yeah, looking at those villagers still around, maybe he's trying to build a TC back here. Damn, nearly made me hungry for popcorn. Sorry, but not sorry. st4rk did get a hit. Taro, is he squeezing in? He wanted to. Now trying to stay pretty active. The boom will obviously heavily go in favor for Mr. Taro here. Wants to get into the grand finals to face off the Viper. Probably the very big favorite to take this whole tournament down. Played so convincingly. In this whole tournament only lost one single map against Mr. Vinci Winchester. Against one tower rush. But except that, he looked just flawless. Super controlled in every single game. Why no eagle view? Well, we can see... Oh, we have an eagle. Okay, let's follow that one then. Some eagle view. Let's see what the eagle sees. At the moment, not much. Oh, the hippo sees something? Oh, not anymore. Scout war, not important. Let's see. Hippo sees that. Okay, and outside of the map. We have another... Oh, another! Look at that. Scouting eagle. See the TC. So Gaia is aware that Taro is booming. Just some new features I learned today, guys. Don't call the doctor yet. The Tinder part be also uploaded to the VOD? No. By the way, we waited 50 minutes, guys. And we did some Tinder stream before that. How does the eagle view works? Well, Control Shift F9. And if that doesn't work, Alt and F4. Kappa. Monastery? Kind of late. One ECC for Taro, two ECCs for Taro. Exactly what we were expecting out of him. Not the most efficient wood line now over here. I think I would have actually liked the TC more towards the wood. Yeah, you can build fewer farms around it, but yeah, the wood is just way more efficient. Thought this was a trick you wanted to share in videos? No! I will have even more important tricks. st4rk, saving his scout in the back here, will get some healing from the monk coming out, and then we'll try to scare away Taro, who then has the decision to either move in and get the scout off, or just go home and save his scout for later scouting. Why did st4rk wall the villagers on gold? Well, he was kind of scared of the scout of Taro. And Taro, oh, he's taking quite a lot of hits. 15 HP on that one, and oh, could even lure the scout of st4rk in. This is pretty short at the moment. Take an unfortunate turn there. Maybe should stop, take a hit, and then jump in. Could be an option. Let's see what he's trying to go for. Distance is now very long. Taro. Interesting. Maybe trying to go for some scout snipe or some monk snipes. Not really. He knows that st4rk has a monk out now, so that's why he just tried to go back onto the relics. Does know that this relic is picked up now, but isn't following it through. And we'll lose the scout. Bop, bop, and his life is ended. At the same time, st4rk, still with this pretty strong boom here himself, did go for 2 extra TCs, is only now going for wheelbarrow, so that is Taro's big advantage, but I personally think st4rk is in quite a nice spot here. Ethiopians, if he gets onto Arbalest and Onagers, that huge amount of splash damage with shit Onagers, the longer the game goes, the better it should be for st4rk. And Taro isn't going for the super quick, like pop 65 imp approach. He is staying on 3 TCs, so won't be the slowest, but I don't see any buildings yet. I don't really see him transitioning. And what is he going for then? Arbalest? Most likely. that he will try that siege workshop, and we're also expecting university, most likely not a monastery. So that means Stark will get all 5 relics, and yeah, that only strengthens our case of if the game goes very long, Stark is in a better position now trying to get the university up. Let's take a look. What does Stark see on TaToH's side? Oh, university siege workshop just barely out of vision here. Exactly 1 tile away. Not that that would be too important though. Barracks now by TaToH. Where are we seeing the university? Here in the back. TaToH 5 villagers and handcart ahead. Now we see the siege workshop of Mr. Stark, who is playing a pretty phenomenal game, I have to say. Incredible boom, really abused his eco advantage there. Getting 200 gold, 200 food there. Quite nicely. And it's up to him with only 5 less villagers, but obviously without handcart. And TaToH is up, well, 6 seconds later. So that's really neck and neck. And 5 villagers plus handcart, his advantage. Now we will see the transitions. It kind of feels like double onager, double arbalest. Could be what we are seeing. And I believe Stark should just camp this out. Would love to see maybe a defensive monastery, that he gets all the relics over there, and even if he loses some ground, isn't forced off his free gold income. But we will see about that. Maybe the monk won't even get home. TaToH thinks he has the advantage here and is already going for the aggressive siege workshop. He's going for ballistics and crossbowmen, so the unit choice is what we were all expecting, guys. No surprises here. Let's take a look over at Stark. What is he going for? We have some mangonels from him, trying to build an outpost, in addition that I absolutely love. Wants to get some more vision, sees the mangonels, sees the siege workshop. That's a nice intel for him. The monk is getting home, even has sanctity on that one. Interesting. But this far, no arbalest out for him. Not even an archery range being built. So he is only going for onagers and tries to defend with those for now. Trying to increase his walls. I don't like that he is not heavily going on this gold spot. I think saving those 2 for the last, for the end, would have been better. Now we have the timer here in the top right. There are only 200 years and Stark will win. But this tournament is obviously played in Conquest, so Stark will have to ungarrison and will not win the game via relic victory. So not a big problem. And yeah, Poxo enjoys that, as it seems. Waiting for the onager upgrade, trying to go for another outpost. Arbalest upgrade for TaToH. What will TaToH do against all those onagers? Can he out-micro it or not? That will be the big question. Stark needs to make something happen. And Mangonel micro. And TaToH is so good when it comes to Arbalest microing here against onagers. Or Geppetto micro against onagers. Or anything what they like. Just a single light care for knight would be just so good for TaToH at the moment. Arbalest, is he trying to... Oh! Actually clicking on the tree in the back here. And... onagers out at the moment. TaToH. 8 range against 8 range. Let's take a look. Is he eating some more shots? Trying to micro down against... those cap drams. And look at that, resources soon enough to go for SO. Is TaToH transitioning into some cavalry? Not really at the moment. Stark rebuilding those walls. He just needs to hold at the moment. TaToH needs to break Stark now. The faster, the better. He's going for onagers himself. Is going for... and the +2 defense for his Arbalest. Not too important though. Stark just needs to defend. He's even going for fortified wall. Has enough stone for a castle. Stark is just chilling it out. He knows the longer the game goes, the better for him. Even building a double gate here. Gonna love that. Problem a bit for him. 1 gold spot outside. TaToH, 2 gold spots outside. Extra gold are pretty neutral in the middle of the map. So TaToH should be ahead in that regard, but needs to mind that gold is better for Stark due to the relics. Siege onages now in the research tab. 32 minutes and 47 seconds. That's pretty damn solid timing here. Under the circumstances that he kind of did a lot of other upgrades, that he did collect 5 relics as well. Onager did survive now. And I love that structure of those walls as well. Oh no, oh god, and he clicked on the tree again. Okay. Ay. Onager trading off. And now going for bombard cannon as well. TaToH, he cannot really break Stark at the moment. KD 13 to 8, very low. Very low for a 32-minute game. And now finally Stark feels, okay, I've camped enough. I've watched you build arbalests enough. Now it's time for me to shine. Oh. And even as siege engineers now, 13 range on his bombard cannons, 9 range on his onagers. On the other side, TaToH still only with 8 range. And TaToH, nice ground attack, but didn't get the kill here. Oh, is he getting that onager back? No, kill is kill. Bombard cannon still around, and now it is finally the SO tag for Mr. Stark. And therefore I believe he is surviving a shot from an onager. 5 relics still out. Fletching cross to man. Oh, and TaToH, he is abusing the fact that we are playing Wololo Kingdoms and you can cut trees with only onagers. But if he loses that onager, he needs to cut through here. Let's take a look. He's losing the onager. Will get some kills here. TaToH going for the kill. He's 30 pop ahead and is microing this quite nicely. Killing villager after villager. Finally, TaToH is doing the damage. Something he was looking for quite some time. What can he really do? Any micro against DSO? Is he trying to get that done? Nice ground attack here and big shot, big shot! Oh god, and that's just basically ending all of this attack. Now SO's coming over, trying to chase down even further, and TaToH not taking care. Well, some splits, but honestly, that's not going to happen. And everything cleared up. And Stark must feel super safe, and that's the Stark's playstyle that I absolutely love to see from him. Playing this so strategically, defensively. Yeah, strategically, that's just beautiful. Absolutely beautiful what he's playing here. Plays it defensively. I want to see castles now slowly towards the extra stones by him. And what is TaToH doing then? See him now going for the defense upgrade for his infantry. Will he go for champs? Or do we see that as an option? Maybe a bit better micro by TaToH here. Don't like that TaToH playstyle. Well, it is not entertaining if you want to see mass action, but it is entertaining if you love some great strategic play, and that is exactly what TaToH is providing here. Oh, not TaToH, Stark. TaToH is trying to break him, but how can he? Maybe sneaky onager, maybe mass rams could have been the option, maybe arbalest. Maybe he should have done this less as a side attack, and more as an all-in, trying to really go in there and try to pressure. We need to take a look at the relics. Needs to be ungarrisoned within the next 70 years. TaToH pop 160. He just has control over all the gold, and indeed relics are ungarrisoned. Now getting in again. This shouldn't decide the game. TaToH, what can he do? I have no idea. What does he see? He sees a lot of walls, and that's it. There's very little idea. He sees Stark coming around. He's trying to go for another cut now, trying to go over here. And at the same time, that's something that Stark barely sees. Look at that. He sees the cut here. And he also has an outpost here. He should be fully aware of that cut coming around. Has SO out himself. Going for capped rams now. He's only popped 120. Look at that with those resources. And now torsion engines, increasing the splash damage here for our SO. So deadly against everything that Taro has. And I don't really see his berserkers being the greatest unit ever. Arbalest for Stark. Maybe, just maybe, a big ram berserker attack can do something. I'm not sure though, and well, that didn't really give Taro too much of an advantage. The dance over here still continues. Stark, so strategic play, very defensively here, knows he has a better civilization when it comes to the long run. Camping it out, wants to get to his greatest army, is getting all the upgrades in the book. I think I would love to see him already having like 20-30 more Arbalists, just in case there is a side attack or a breakthrough, that he has a bit more of a defense. At the moment, pop 140 against pop 200 of Mr. Taro. Let's take a look at the resources. 3k, 1.5k, 3k. On the other side, Taro is getting the resources a bit better on the map. Maybe prepare some traps could be an option. Maybe prepare some rams. He's going for siege rams now. Just rewalling this is Mr. Stark. Very little kills so far in this game. Probably the highlight were the 2, 3, 4 SO shots over here. Otherwise, it's more of a very strategic waiting game. Look at that, only now ballistic, only now the +4 defense for Stark. Let's take a look. Stark only now going for the shoulder warriors, so he maybe wants to add those together with his arbalest. Sneak attack could come around. SO shot against the berserkers, and beautiful move here. Look at that, 2 berserks waiting there for the SO to come out. Now the berserks can come around this corner. Arbalest maybe go to the top. SO needs to be pulled. Stark needs to defend this. Obviously, since he is playing such a turtle style, he doesn't have a lot of space for all his farmers, but is switching into shoulders, so he kind of needs to get them rolling. Is pulling away all his villagers now. 116 villagers only for him. He is banging this up. He needs to get into production. That's what I said. Having 20-30 more arbalists now could really help him out. I believe from now on, Taro should never look back and try to finish this game within the next 5 minutes, because if Stark survives this, he won this game #1. Let's take a look. Arbalest trying to defend this here and show the warriors. Look at their damage output, it's just enormous here. Berserkers running into the castles won't really help out as well. Stark's defending this quite nicely against all those berserks. 1 berserk is going into the back here, but what can he really get? Even if he kills 10 villagers, which is kind of unlikely, it isn't really changing the game. Stark for the first time trying to go for higher pop, and I love the multi-prong attack here by Taro. Look at that, rams over here, multiple fronts at the side, but Stark is playing this like Hell's Clump. This is Lord of the Rings #2. He just needs to hold this walls and then feels super safe, and he just feels like, is that everything you're throwing at me? And the moment it is. Taro cannot do more. He has only limited options. Vikings, nice when it comes to the boom, but after that, against Ethiopians, probably not the strongest matchup. But now the walls are broken, but the second layer is somewhat there. Can we see some ground attacks? Some sort of ground attack. And onagers from Taro coming around. Walls are broken, and there's a nice shot against that. Suddenly pop 160 against basically pop limit Taro. More walls to be broken. Taro needs to move in. If we maybe see like 30 cavaliers now, but that's not really what Taro was taking for. He is just continuing to go on to berserks and arbalists. Let's take a look. Engagement over here at the top. Feels like Stark is defending that. Taro, will he try to micro against those onagers? At least that's what he's trying to get done. That's actually some fair trade-offs. Not too shabby. Pop 160 still against pop 200. Stark, he is sitting on mass amount of resources. Why is he not getting the resource on the map? Big problem for him. Still very little control over of his gold. Losing quite a lot of houses at the front. Shotels now, they are really slicing through those obelisks once they close the distance. Berserks, what can they do? TaToH has 50 more villagers, but that's 50 less army potentially. Military count is pretty even. Overall population, 50 more for TaToH. You can take a look at overall mined resources. Look at that. TaToH, way more food, more stone, even gold, somewhat even wood. But does it really matter? TaToH produced way more units. In the end, it all comes down to the strengths of the units. Nice deny over here, nice raid by Mr. st4rk. And for the first time ever, it feels like st4rk thinks about moving out, but not before rewarding this area over here. Gonna love that play. And well, Ram's now trying to find more loopholes. st4rk is just chilling it out though. 60 more years, he needs to think about that. It's maybe the only way for TaToH to force himself into another game if st4rk maybe forgets about the monastery. And then they kind of have to play a new game. Admin decision, drama incoming, something like that. Oh, SO shots. Marvelous, taking care of those onagers. Just going back with this is oh again. 48 years. Can st4rk maybe load this up? Would be so weird. Monks still around here, could get some converts in. Oh, actually, those soldiers didn't do the greatest job of running through those walls. Some side attack coming over here, but yeah, the berserks will just get shooed away by the obelisk, and then we have two siege rams that shouldn't do much against the soldiers that are now coming over as well. Do we see another side attack? Not really. Maybe just cutting everything open would be the option, but st4rk was fearing another attack over here, therefore he built a defensive castle, ungarrisoned and re-garrisoned his relic, another 200 years. So not a big problem. TaToH will have a lot of control over the gold though. Pop 200 against Pop 160. TaToH going for the guard towers now. Not 100% sure why we are seeing those. Interesting. Relic victory should be allowed. I honestly think Wonder and Relic victories are the best games ever. I absolutely love standard settings. Yeah, he reset the relics. That was what you kind of have to do, because the game settings are conquest in this one. 4 traps out now, taking care of those guard towers that TaToH just tagged, and Shoulders are getting sniped here. Obviously, Shoulders not that great against onager shots, don't have the highest of HP, only high amount of damage output. Big problem also is when we take a look at the time. Half an hour till midnight for TaToH. Oh, onager shot! Quite a nice flat here, and for st4rk, it's kind of, I believe, like 8 PM-ish or something. So if this series goes on for 3-4 hours, which isn't impossible, it is way better for st4rk when it comes to concentration as well. Maybe we should think about that. Maybe TaToH shouldn't drag out a long game here for another half hour if he knows that his, yeah, likelihood of winning this game is pretty low. Next attack of TaToH. Front attack over here, side attack over here. But did he really get through? It seems like yes he did, but only to run into next castle. Maybe TaToH should prepare some traps. I think could snipe those two castles quite nicely. We have like obelisk, berserks, onagers, traps at the right hand side. TaToH now going for massive cell. Massive cell, has quite a lot of resources as well. We have food and wood, absolute minimum. Stone not touched this far. And Taro now banking up quite a nice amount of resources. Stark kind of struggling to stay at population. Is Taro maybe winning this when it comes to gold? Did Stark maybe overvalue the relics? Taro, look at his resources, nice amounts. Stark on the other side is mainly relying on wood at the moment. Not really getting the farms in. Shotels now, what are they raiding? How does Stark think those are good? They will only kill wood and food villagers. I'm not sure if I like that. At the same time, Taro kind of continuing here. Let's take another look at the overall resources gathered. Taro now 2.5k or close to 3k more gold as one extra stone spot. Wood pretty even. Food 10k more for Taro. And those shuttles losing their life under the heavy castle fire. Arbalest would be around as well. And more areas are getting broken from Stark. And as I said before, this castle maybe not the best choice ever. Taro now going for murder holes, an upgrade that we don't see too often. Was kind of needed here, but this is really something we want to see now. Shotel's trying to snipe the traps, but only with heavy losses, and he only gets one trap. That wasn't what Stark was looking for. This castle is going down for sure, and then maybe another one over here. Let's take a look. Berserk's trying to go for the SO. Oh, won't get the SO. Unfortunate stuff for him, trying to do some splits, but it is Brazil against Spain, so we have some small lag issues here for sure, or some small delays, so perfect splits aren't really an option. We are breaking the 1 hour mark of the very first game of potentially 7. This could be a very long series coming our way here, but also maybe just someone being fed up and going tower rush over and over again. Castle number 2 in some danger. We still have 2 defensive castles here by Stark though, who is only at pop 140, having only 100 villagers. Taro did delete quite a bit and has now a whooping 80 military working for him and is continuing to push. But for the first time, Stark is not only thinking about moving out, but actually going out on the map with his Arbalest. So a bit more than only the shoulder raids from before. Stark wants to get control over that gold spot, which, well, still have roughly 2k gold. I can absolutely see why this could be important in the ongoing match here. Castle is trying to get repairs, has 7k HP, but 2 traps, kind of uncontested here in the back, will cost Taro quite a bit to keep that castle up alive. Let's take a look. Is he going for siege over here? And, well, 3 onagers. But look at those resources still banked up. Quite solid. And he's sending the onagers indeed. We'll try to snipe either the Arbalest or the traps. Let's take a look. Arbalests are going back. We'll try to snipe the berserks. Shotels are taking care of the onagers. And the traps, therefore, are exposed and are going down. Taro is holding that castle for now. At the same time, push over here. Kind of stopped. Taro just selling and reselling over and over again. But without guilt. Oof, guys. Give me some feedback in the chat, guys. Who do you think is going to win this? It feels like Taro's playing it a bit better, but Stark simply has a better civilization. Stark is playing this very campy. Taro kind of active as he has to. Okay, I can see Taro. A lot of people saying Taro. Okay, okay. I trust you. Stark is out of gold. Well, Stark has still 5 relics, right? And he's kind of, well, I want to say in reach of getting that back, but not really. Maybe TaToH, indeed. I'm gonna love that raid. Maybe should take care of that raid again. Has so much more gold. And we will take another look at how much gold they have. Overall, same gold income in this game. So that's not the most important thing at the moment. It will be in the long run. Let's take a look. TaToH, no more gold over here. So TaToH could get like 2k more gold. Unless we get more... Whoops! Ay, ay, ay. Saving the trap with 5 HP here. Stark, 160 out of 195. Oh, and needing some more shots here, but there was a click against the walls, not against the Arbalest, I believe. Now trying to go back even further. He doesn't have that many siege workshops left. Let's take a look. Uh-oh, only 2 siege workshops. Is building a 3rd one. Trying to get high on those numbers. Now the SOs needs to get some good shots off. Arbalest in the back. SO are getting chased down, berserked. Are they able to close the distance? TaToH maybe with this push he was waiting for quite some time. Siege workshop amount just so little. Stark kind of running out of resources here. Look at that. And now the monasteries at the front. Traps are sniping this down. Arbalest production needs to continue. This could be pretty tricky for Stark. I called him the sure winner if the game goes long, and I would say 1 hour 7 minutes is kind of long in my books. But TaToH is playing this so nice, and Stark, maybe did he not camp this enough? It's kind of hard to say this way. But the relics are now ungarrisoned, and that will be tough for Stark to hold. He didn't have enough SOs, didn't have enough protection there. Ay, 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 TaToH played this so much nicer. Needs to go onto some more Arbalest as well. The Rams are pushing Onager shots. How is Stark eating so many Onager shots over and over again? Maybe some more bombard cannons would have been nice as well against TaToH's Onagers. Now the Rams are getting cleared up. Stark finally having some time to breathe, but he is stuck at pop 150. No gold income at the moment. Look at that, stuck at 2 gold. This looks so good for Mr. TaToH. Points still very close. KD better for TaToH actually, and I want to see the raisings as well later on. Okay, this is close for now. Getting another market up, trying to get more farmers, but 0 gold income as we said, and those are 5 relics now. Monastery at 1 HP. TaToH selling more wood and food. Stark is doing the same. Do we see a monk? Just snacking 1 or 2 relics would be so nice for TaToH, but maybe he can just finish it here. He's raiding over in the wood line. Now shoulders going forward, but nice ground attack. Beautiful, beautiful ground attacks here by TaToH. Suddenly no more shoulders left. Pop 200 against pop 140. Stark, he does not have anything more left. TaToH's building an aggressive monastery. Mass amount of food sold. Where do we see the siege workshops of Stark working? Nowhere. Now queuing up 1 SO. Arbalest too far in the front. No more Arbalest queued up. Stark is in a world of trouble. I don't really see him holding this, guys. Berserks are really doing their job. And what a beautiful, beautiful play here by TaToH. This castle under heavy threat. Pop 130. Stark is holding on to dear life, and that must be so demoralizing for him. He was maxed out. He had mass amount of resources. He had the battered civilization. He had 5 relics. He had not lost any of his base. Only -1 gold spot. And he still lost this game. So many good factors. The only thing that was bad for him were the 2 extra gold spots for TaToH. And now look at that. Relics are getting sneaked away. Castle number 3 is falling now. And we have pop 190 against pop 130. TaToH is going in for the kill here, guys. Stark is typing in the G to the G. TaToH, beautiful, beautiful play by him. I didn't see that coming. I thought Stark would play this even more defensively, and yeah, TaToH was just like smash his head against the walls of Stark. Stark defend over and over again. And honestly, did Stark lose after moving out? It kind of feels like it, right? It kind of feels like it. Maybe drag it out into 1.5 hour game, maybe into a 2 hour game. Just let your relics do the work. Move the relics further back as well. That could have been the options. Maybe try to secure this a bit more. earlier stone walls over here. Maybe some more siege workshops. He was lacking siege workshops. Did trade too much with his Arbalest. His KD should be way better than TaToH's as well. Kind of interesting for sure. Think Stark didn't really play it to the full potential that he had. TaToH's eco much better. In the end, even more gold. How did that happen? Mainly because he used the market so much more. Stark close to 7k more gold, but it wasn't enough. And raisings, well, actually only 49 to 20. How did we get 20 raisings? Kind of has to be the traps against the towers at the side or something, right? Something like that. Relic need buff? Probably. Okay, guys, for everyone who's new to this format, both players kind of picked some civilizations, as you can see, then banned civilizations, and now they have to play with the 5 remaining civs. And they don't have Ethiopians, and they don't have Vikings anymore as their options. Was Stark over pop 150 at all? He was at pop 180 at one point, I believe. I'm not sure if he ever was pop limit. Best of 7. This could take some time. A lot of archer civilization, or like Britons and Mayans still. Goth could obviously counter that quite nicely. Malians could counter that quite nicely as well. Japanese, Spanish, not so much. So the goal of TaToH is now to pair up Malians and Goths against Mayans and Brits. And the goal for Stark is to get Mayans and Britons against the Japanese and Spanish there. At least that's what I'm thinking. Let's see how they will pick in the future games. Lovely that you're all around, guys. And yeah, let's catch up with the chat a bit more. Show game room, please. Okay. If you ask so nicely. He didn't have the wrong time, I believe. Can you show this? I just did, mate. I just did. Don't you got to work tomorrow? It's getting late. No. Just check what came out of your nose. I only checked if I needed to fold. And don't you know, like, when they, as a psychiatrist, they show you pictures? And you have to analyze what you're seeing, and you're saying like, oh, that's a person getting raped, that's a bomb, that's a school shooting or something, and like, that's a bird, and that's a penguin or something. And that's what I'm doing as well, like trying to look at it and how's the next game going to be? Oh, it's going to be a Mayan-Japanese war. At least that's what my tissue said. Okay, let's see the game launch. Oh, German day now. 15 more minutes, guys. And oh guys, Nostradamus tissue, Mayan Japanese war. How did that work out? Interesting. Ah, yeah. Will you couch Donny one day so he can beat Florentine? Yeah, we'll really couch potato him. Okay, let's take a look. And, well, if he asks, maybe we can work something out for sure. And Taro is playing the Japanese, so maybe some tower action. We will see. And on the other side we have Mr. Stark playing the Mayans. So I personally think it is a better matchup for Stark considering what other civilizations he could have faced. Numbers of the lottery: 4, 8, 15, 16, 23, 42. Guys, German Monday will only start 17 GMT tomorrow. We will continue to cast this series in English. The game started before I said the matchup? Of course not! That would be like very weird, right? Like looking at it and pretend to know the Civ? That would be so shady. Like, that would completely kill the power of the tissue as well. So, well, let's see. We have Taro obviously playing without Loom here, building a mill. Some could have made an argument for another spot here. Oh, Villager jumping into the TC. Not the greatest lure here, but well, kind of happens. One deer not pushed yet. Take a look at the overall spots. Defensive stone, defensive goal, but not the greatest one. Kind of needs to kill that straggler and maybe build a TC around this. And another stone spot here for Mr. Taro. On the other side, beautiful defensive goals number 2 and 3 for Stark. Number 1 kind of open, and his stone is pretty open as well. So, like a very late cast is not really an option. Toying with the boar the way Stark was doing is kind of idle time though. Well, the villager was kind of idle, but at the same time he could finish the whole sheep and then go on to the boar, so he didn't have both resources, or like the boar and the sheep at the same time, and therefore reduced the rotting. Because you can see the boar is not, well, it's tough to see. Ever played AOT? That's, I believe, the expansion of AOM.
Yes. Yes.
Age of Titans. That's what Stark played before coming here. Maybe he wants to build a Titan. Your style would fit. What does he mean? Winning? I played on Woobly. That's corporate identity. No, only one villager on berries here. Let's play it sometime. How friendly they are! Guys, this is a match till death! And they are chatting friendly. Maybe they will ask how the weather in Brazil is. Ay, that's not the spirit I want to see. I want to see them at their throats. It's not a straggler? That's a straggler, I'm pretty sure. Pretty sure that's a straggler. It's only mind games. Ah, they actually hate each other. Probably they mean AOM is pretty bad as well. Ah, now it all makes sense. Next thing they will say like, let's play Age of Empires 3 together. The greatest RTS of all times. Taro pop 25 in the house. I think it is a straggler. Can we see some birds during Dark Age? Of course you can. Let's see. What does the division? What does he see? He's now scouting Stark. Sees the TC incoming. Oh, and the deer has vision as well. Deers have very little vision. Now sees the berries. That's another deer with some vision. Now let's see how he's flying out of the map. Oh no, he's going back. Wants to scout again. The Eagle of Freedom. I think I will cast every USA game with that view now. Oh, another eagle. Look at that. Oh, maybe they will have... No, they won't. It's looking for some sexy time. What else? Oh, hippo vision. Sick! That hippo has like huge obstacles. Maybe he had eye surgery like I did. Good stuff. Oh, another eagle at the side. Trying to scout some more woodline and going back. Isn't that beautiful, guys? That's only what you can see on Arena. The most interesting map in the first 15 minutes. Oh, people are actually doing something. Let's switch back to the game. TaToH up with the pop 25+2 strategy and now sending more villages on gold. That kind of looks like a monk rush to me. Maybe with some siege would make quite a bit of sense. On the other side we have the defensive castle, sending 3 on stone and dark age, plus the 2 villagers coming out on feudal age. Means he will have exactly 650 stone that he needs to build the castle in early castle age. Clickety clicking up now. I want to see the wood upgrade as well, and pretty soon the farm upgrade, and then I am pretty happy with st4rk's start. But he's not adding farms at the moment. Maybe he delays that. He's going for the stone upgrade before that. Kind of makes sense. Like, would be very intuitive to go for the food upgrade, but actually he has more villages on stone now than he's actually building new farms, so kind of makes sense. And even following this up with the gold upgrade, so won't really go for a lot of villagers on... Oh, and that's big. Not a lot of villagers on farms, and that's pretty big. That st4rk fast hands indeed, and they call him fast hands TaToH, and now he's in, gets the full scout off, and that's a lot of HP. Oh, didn't get the block in though, and can get some more damage against the scout. Maybe another hit gets him down to 15 HP, and that's pretty ugly. Even 10 HP, and now TaToH goes out without a single loss. Horse color is coming in time, or will it farm at 250? Yeah, that was pretty close. Any low HP villagers? Not really. And TaToH's forward will absolutely not be scouted by Mr. st4rk. And TaToH can exactly decide where he wants to attack. He has all the vision in the world. Look at that. Oops, running through the TC isn't the most clever thing ever. But he can see where is the castle being built and then can attack with all his siege. Can maybe even deny it for a small second. Let's see, Mangonel is now out. Didn't really get there. Wanted to go for it. Maybe gets one shot off, but he can pressure either the stone or the gold over here. And st4rk has no idea. Not that he really needs to know it. Maybe knows it anyways. Lyra, thanks so much. Didn't even think of that. Of what? Sad. I'm in a sad, guys. I don't know.
Shot it.
Almost the castle aim. Well, not really. Now going for fletching. Let's take a look. TaToH, is he playing this pretty much all in? Only 5 farmers, but 5 on berries as well, so could afford a second TC, at least when it comes to food production. Now trying to pressure this area. Cannot really control the gold, so nice defensive castle here by st4rk for sure. Now we need to see how we are playing this out. It will be mass amount of plumed archers against the guy going, I believe, double monastery and some siege as well. Not going for a lot of relics though, is Mr. TaToH this far. Only collected 1 Let's take a look if he knows about all the others. Well, 2. He knows about 3 more. And could find this quite easy. And did I hear another monastery? Yeah, he built another monastery at home. So probably will drop off relics at home there. Botkin arrow for Mr. Stark now. Take a look. He is building a defensive TC at his gold. Monks with his plumes. Well, if you have enough mangonels, that's kind of okay. So let's take a look. Monks need to go back a bit further. Why is he leading that area? Nice split micro here, gets 1 convert in, gets 2 converts in. Plumed archers are now eating some shots and they are getting out quite nicely. Take a look, are we seeing another? Oh, that's a nice ground attack. 3 plumed archers getting converted, that's another good shot. Stark still running around here. Are we seeing any ground attacks? And this looks like a solid clear up and this is finally the kill. And Stark just lost everything. Did kill a solid 5 monks though. So it felt like kind of an okay even trade. The question was Stark really forced to take this trade at this point? I'm not 100% sure. Taro even going for a second siege workshop. Is he producing more monks? Yes, he is. Could go for some more converts. 1 plumed archer still out. Taro now going for loom. His villagers actually losing their lives there. And let's take a look. Do we see some more ground attacks? Taro actually pretty good with those ground attacks. Yeah, the question is also, why didn't you go for any eagles? That could have been like one of the perfect counters. Now going for Eagle Warrior upgrades and going for a second barracks. But in all honesty, is he really forced to react at the moment? Well, he doesn't control any of his stones, so he cannot build any defensive towers. That's kind of ugly against a monk rush. I think he should do pretty fine here. We will see. No more offensive villagers though. Take a look. Plumed archers. TaToH should have good vision of that. Stark now even going for squires. I've been doing some damage against those plumes here. Shouldn't really happen at the same time. Well, Scout just lost his life against, I believe. Was that a self-kill? Kind of looked like it. Taro now going for the eco upgrades. Do we see any extra TCs? Not so far. Therefore, we have Stark with 8 more villagers. Taro continues with his aggression though. Military count 12 to 11. But I like the strength of TaToH's army as well. Do you think TaToH has learned some new things now that he is in Viper's team? No. Well, maybe they discussed some things, but I don't think that it's like Viper, the coach, now teaching TaToH how to play. It's more of discussing with another great player. Let's take a look now. Eagle Warriors coming out and they are not eating any shots. Mangonels are very exposed. Monks getting how many converts? I count 0 so far, and that looks so good for Stark here. Not a single convert, losing all his mangonels, losing all the scorpions, and that was just beautiful. Look at that. Now the first eagle's only dying. Oh, the scorpion actually. Can he do enough damage? Where are more eagles coming out? 3 more eagles should clear this up now. And, well, TaToH, without any converts, without any ground attacks, that didn't really work out for him at all. Good situation for Stark. 11 villages ahead, now has the whole map control. The only thing that TaToH is somewhat going for him is that he has some control of the relics, but not really. No second TC for him this far, only now building it. This looks very good for Mr. Stark here. Oh, and TaToH! Ay, that's even more painful. Now on the way to Imperial Age. So losing all those monks kind of hurt him even more. And trying to let those monks in. He will get up to 5 relics. Let's take a look how many does he have at home. And he will have... Oh god, he's opening his walls here. And well, I will take that back with the 4 relics. 2 exposed over here. He will get 2 safe home, 1 exposed at the front. This is looking pretty damn good for TaToH, who's now ahead by a solid 50% more eco. TaToH will switch into, I believe, Onager Monks. But is that really an answer to a Mayan player? If he stays very stubbornly on only plumed archers, yes. If he switches in some eco warriors, that's not really going to matter. Imp with what? Well, not with army. It's a big problem. And he didn't go for stone, so it wasn't really to have some trap aggression. So this is mainly for block printing and elimination. Japanese have solid monks, but against mass amount of Marians, not really a thing that I can see happening too well. Or working out too well. We'll lose that monastery eventually. 2 more relics very exposed here at the site. Now 20 more villagers for TaToH. TaToH is imp, but TaToH should not be really scared of that. Look at that score, 4.3k against 3.3k. Indeed, block printing and elimination are the upgrades that TaToH is trying to look for, but Onager upgrade miles away. No extra resources in the back. Gold pretty exposed here at the right hand side. Look at that, even 4 gold spots kind of over here at the side. Whoever controls this most likely controls the game. Let's take a look. Maybe TaToH heavily screws this up and runs into 2 mangonel shots, but I don't really see that happening. Question is, what will TaToH go for? Will he just stay on eagles? Oh, TaToH gets 1 convert, but TaToH sees exactly the army. He sees monks with +3 range. He knows exactly what he's playing against. Just finishing his walls, should stay on eagle warriors, and will be super fine. Maybe Raiden here and there against relics could be pretty nice. Now even going for handcard. His eco is just whooping. And that's what I already pointed out in several series. Love that TaToH is building his houses very far in the back. Gives him even more spaces or space at home. TaToH this time without the military resources. Yeah, that's true. Didn't have the eco. Roughly 30 pop ahead is Mr. TaToH. Relic control at the moment 2 to none. But, oh, let's see. No combat over here, but we'll get those 2, so we'll most likely be 4 to none pretty soon again. Oh, killing the poor hippos. Someone call Peter, please. Ay, 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 ay. That hurts. Now cast in the middle, and that's the timing that TaToH needs to go for. He needs to push now, needs to go on Onager, Monk, Trap, and somehow have a one-dimensional push to end the game for him. He's heavily on stone over here, but it will be so tricky. Actually, he's only 14 villagers behind, but just his army tech is so underdeveloped. There's no transition away from monks at the moment. 4 relics at home. 5th one is flying in. Let's take a look. They changed it to Conquest Win. And TaToH selling some resources so that he can go for the Onagers. Still hoping for that one thing to work for him. To get the converts done, to get the Onagers. But, wow. Let's take a small peek at my counter list chart again. Mayan Elite Eagle Warriors against Onagers and Monks. It shows here. Row number 4. That looks pretty good for the Mayans. Maybe I need to update that. Otherwise, I feel TaToH is in a pretty good spot. Sniping another monk. And again, TaToH. Feels like time is on his side. This time, he has 0 relics fighting against 5. But maybe he just wants to finish those upgrades. Going for tracking now, before Elite Eagle Warriors and Arson. Eldorado as well, okay. So Elite Eagle's not what he really wants to go for. Start giving TaToH more chances. Well, at the moment he doesn't really have a push. And he knows TaToH went in with a very low eco. But actually TaToH did add some TCs and is now at solid 87 villagers himself. But as I said, just the army composition. It's nice if you have like low amount of army against low amount of army. But once StaRk gets onto 40 eagles, it's just getting thrown over. Japanese are good against Mayans? Not really. Elite skirms and champions? Well, that's not really how it works, mate. Okay, first time traps out now. Even cut some of the forest so that the traps can get there a bit better. Elite Eagle Warriors now with 95 HP. No other upgrades. Actually don't need defensive upgrades, they only need attack upgrades against those monks and onagers. No defensive castle, forging, maybe a second barracks would really help out for StaRk. There's a lot of barracks here at the front. Second blacksmith, I wanted to say. Really needs to get his production rolling. Oh wait, does he have a second? Oh yeah, that's nice. More eagles rolling. Is he trying to sneak them around? Obviously TaToH should see that. He's probably just trying to raid the gold here, but TaToH already prepared. And he's catching up overall. Populations are getting really close. TaToH is getting to the samurais numbers. What is StaRk doing? It still feels like StaRk is just preparing for one push, clears this all up, and then ends the game. But it feels like TaToH is getting into a better and better situation to maybe hold this. Maybe with some good ground attacks as well. TaToH may be watching this time. Take a look. What does StaRk see? StaRk sees, well, exactly everything of the army composition. What does TaToH see? Well, not much less. So they know of their army compositions pretty well. Only comes down to one big fight. It will be 50 military for TaToH. What is he going for? Samurais. No upgrade here. Now switching into a barracks. Are we queuing up more monks? No. Are we queuing up more onagers? No. Are we queuing up more samurais? Yes. Another castle here. So he wants to have this one-dimensional push. On the other side, we have StaRk. Basically pop limit here. And that's quite a strong army. Let's take a look. TaToH is now moving out. Could we maybe see the big engagement finally? Going for guilds. All the upgrades in the book. Handing over some samurais to clear up those villagers. Now opening the gates. This is the final battle. Maybe the biggest battle of this game here. And oh, sending in the eagles one by one. Didn't want to get any ground attacks against him. Quite an interesting job. Obviously, therefore TaToH could get some converts in. Where are the eagles going? I see elite plumed archers coming over. Onager count is down to make that 0 after this hit, indeed. 0 onagers left, therefore the plumed archers can now rain down. Beautiful job there of StaRk, trying to get all the combats in. Samurais still only +2 defense, not elite. Plumed archers are doing a beautiful job in the back here. The Eagle Warriors are just killing everything at the front. Samurais are just vanishing here. Very late upgrades by StaRk, but that doesn't really matter. 3 traps going down at the front. Onager needs to get sniped down instantly. That's what StaRk is doing beautifully. Suddenly pop 180 against pop 120, and that's what we said. One bad engagement here for TaToH, which was pretty likely, could end the game. The only thing we are waiting for is now StaRk getting onto siege to end this game. He has full control of everything. Therefore, he is adding the siege workshop. This was a beautiful engagement by StaRk. Setting in Eagle Warriors one by one, sniping different onagers, then having all the upgrades with the plumed archers, sniping all the samurais, all the monks. No onagers to deal the damage against them. And now we see the big counter attack. Let's see if TaToH is completely walled. If maybe some villagers could open that gate. At the moment it looks like that's an option. Raids coming over. TaToH trying to jump in, but does that really matter? More Eagle Warriors sniping onagers. Quite a nice job by them. And Stark just realizing, you don't have any army left. I will just kill all this stuff. Quite nicely done by him. TaToH threw away quite a good position. I didn't think he had a good position. He had a good position over here, but that was in Castle Age. I believe after that the game was basically done. And Stark just played it beautifully. Camped it out as long as he should. Plumed Archers should now deal with the Samurais quite nicely. Not elite this far. Maybe needs to micro a bit more. Castle, can it be saved? No repair. 10 HP and no. More army coming over, and TaToH is indeed seeing it. Knew that the attack was coming at the front as well. 5 relics, not going to save him. No control over the gold spot. Nice game here by Mr. Dark. What's the flag? And the name always that bad, guys? Why did no one message me? Like, nearly your overlay sucks. Kind of your job as a Twitch chat, right? To flame the streamer? Ay. As a player with 5 relics, ever won in this journey? Yes! Dark more kills, mainly to that big engagement here in the end. Had the better eco, obviously. Everything going for him. TaToH played this very 1TC style, then tried to transition, but it was too late. And as we can see, the army of TaToH just cut down in the end. And that was it. Nice switch here by, as you can see, mass eagle production started. Good job by Mr. Stark. And we are going into an even score, heading into game number 3. But if he gets the conversion, saves his siege, defends with onagers with his plumes, and continues with the traps, well, then he wins the game, obviously. But that's not how it works. Nearly so demanding. Sorry. The onagers were in front of the army. They were kind of in the middle. What do you put in the front? Traps? Don't really want to do that. Onagers? You don't really want to do that. Monks? You don't really want to do that. Samurai? Not really. They can get sniped by plumed archers then. Best of 7 is going to take forever? I don't think so. I think the series will end. That's my wild prediction. The traps were in front. Yeah! And I can see like any unit that is in front kind of is exposed. And that's the problem with this army composition. It's only good against small amount of units. And Stark waited for the mass, waited for pot 200, then instantly went for it. It was beautiful patient play. Stark played it this nice. Very nicely. And we're out of Japanese now. And out of Mayans. Interesting. My green screen still doing stupid stuff. So Stark still has Byzantines, Celts, and Britons. On the other side, we have TaToH still having Spanish, Malians, and Goth. And I want to have the Goth against the Britons. I believe it's not too bad against Byzantines as well. Against Celts, it's getting really tricky. What if he went Scorps instead of onagers? They wouldn't perform better against Eagles. Celt Mayans incoming? Oh, let me take a look. I will ask the Oracle. They have 3 shifts left, but it's a best of 7 and they've only played 2 games. If you take a look at the left hand side over here, you will find the answer. It wasn't that easy. Let me take a look again. It looks like Britons against Malians. Yeah, that's what I would say. Yeah, I will go with it. I don't want to change my mind too often. Game still didn't start. Not sure what we are waiting for. Malians don't have Brace, so I think they don't have Blast Furnace, right? The +4 attack. I think that's it, yeah. Where's this music from? AOM soundtrack. Oh, they don't have anything? Okay. Bum ba-da-dum, bum 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 ba-da-da-dum, bum 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 ba-da-da-dum, dum bum 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 ba-da-da-dum. I'm not sure what we're waiting for. Really, how long will you sleep tonight? Well, I'd say long, but I don't want to get in too bad of a habit of sleeping with them, so I will probably put my alarm on like 11 AM. I think the series could go to like 3 AM, then I will fall asleep like 4 AM, so something like 7 hours is realistic. They're already playing? No, look at that. They're in the game here. They aren't playing. Did you nap today? I slept from 11:30 till 13. So 1.5 hours nap. So guys, what did I say again? What civilizations? Do I need to look? No, I remember. I said Malians and Britons, right? Yeah. Is here a delay? No. Like only less than 10 seconds probably. The Twitch stuff. So let's jump into the game number 3 here and see what civilizations they are going for. And aha, you're kidding me. guys. The tissue. You can see it as well. Malians versus Britons. As I told you. How does he do it? No one knows. No one knows. This mastermind. Shit. The tissues. It has to be the tissues. Well, seems to be a small pause here. Or maybe, guys. Maybe. Maybe the game was already running. I blew in the tissue. Then came up with a civilization. Then it was a restart by TaToH. And I told you the game didn't start. And then we jumped into the game and I told you it was the first try. But that would be crazy, right? That would be crazy. No, no, no. That's not what happened. That's not what happened. No. We're just waiting for a small pause here. So, TaToH with one less restart. He did restart the last map. Not the greatest wood here for TaToH. Is that an admin restart? Well, it might be an admin restart. No wood at all. Well, he can actually delete those wards and is still completely stonewalled. What is trees, please?
Wood, please.
Stark is going to hide behind this wall to Geominatus. He might. Okay, let's see what TaToH was writing. If he's getting a restart here or not. It is tricky. Why do you build your lumber camp? I think now should be the time where we had the pause. Waiting for other players. They're discussing this. At least he got some sheep. Could be worse.
Yes.
Let me check something. I think it's an admin, but I need to double check. Sure. Okay, go. So there's no admin as it seems. Walter. Ay. And that's open gold, open stone. Actually, double open stone, double open gold. Let me just quickly check how many restarts. I think you only have one restart in this. And it is best of 7, 2 restarts. So I think he will just take another one. You have no wood line? Yep, it's in the outside. Fuck this, that's 3. Okay, so they kind of agreed on a restart without taking it. Let's say have a gentleman agreement about that. Oh, okay. Okay. That's interesting. Like, that's a weird... Like, when do you call a restart and when do you call a gentleman's agreement? Kind of interesting. What is admin restart? For example, if by randomness the map generation didn't give you any boars. or didn't give you any gold, or it is like the gold is completely packed in the woods, or yeah, in the trees, and you couldn't access it, then that's where we restart the map, let it get into a new generation, and yeah, that's the decision of the admins, and that's what we call an admin restart. What's the rule on wood for an admin restart? I'm not sure if they have this bugged map. If the player starts with a bugged map, the player may decide to restart the game. A bugged map is defined as a bugged map is defined as a stuck villager or scout, standard sheep, not able to be eaten by wild berries, 4 less sight, a gold mine, 4 less stones, 3 more secondary gold, extra pair are not affected by this rule. So, oh god. Okay, now you can read it with me, sorry. Yeah, so basically that's the important part, and it's not saying anything about wood. Who's the admin to decide admin reset? In this tournament, it's G-Man. We'll nearly be able to tell what the civs are going to be when they restore. Should I get the tissue again? Wouldn't be the first great tissue story we had, right? Smash Mark G-Man. Okay guys, let's jump into try number 3 of game number 3. We are 2.5 hours in and still have a whole best of 5 in front of us. Hallelujah. We have Taro playing the Malians in blue here, and let me take a look. No, okay. The deer is free. Okay, let's say set off. And the music. And we have in the purple trunks Stark playing the Britons. Well, kind of interesting to play this out. I believe in the long run, Taro with his champ card should have a pretty good shot against anything that a Britons player is throwing at him. So it feels like Stark needs to make something happen here in Castle Age. Stark has a very open map though. Maybe we can see a restart out of him. Nope, we won't. And yeah, that's a pretty open map here. Gold, stone, berries, all pretty much exposed. 2 deers outside as well. Not the greatest map for Shizzle. Are the finals today or next week? Next week. Very likely. Maybe they will wait a bit because the calendar is extremely full for Taro and the Viper next week. So, in case Taro advances. Viper has to play show matches with Leary, Vivi, Yo, and so on Sunday. Then they will have to play Battle of Africa. They also have to play the Legacy Cup. Yeah, so that's kind of tough. So already like 3 tournaments for them. So maybe they can squeeze in all of 4 of them. Yeah, guys, German Day is starting in 17.5 hours. Sorry, guys. Es tut mir leid. Aber jetzt sprechen wir kein Deutsch. Zum nächsten Bahnhof geht es Richtung Westen. Something how other people would speak German, right? Viper would be just a relaxed warm-up. Well, I believe TLC is something they don't care too much about. They already kind of reached a lot of expectations, getting top 3 for sure. And but they kind of want to advance, I assume. I assume. Massive Arena, he's top 2 as well, but Battle of Africa, that's a lot of prestige on the line there. Honestly. Like, Viper didn't sound too relaxed today. Normally you see him making fun, joking around, and today he even got somewhat salty. Playing with Dowd and Jordan. Uh-oh. TaToH tower rush. TaToH's tower rushing, guys. For the first time in forever. TaToH's tower rushing. Guys, finally some action. Just on gold. Archer rush incoming. 4 villagers to the front. Where is the gate? Oh, down here. Not that great. Trash. The TaToH trash. Double T. Oh, will it be trash? Looks more like onagers. Oh, maybe he just tower hops this. Oh, look at that. The straggler actually blocking the house block. That's funny. Why does he get salty? Well, at the moment, Tyrants aren't performing well. They are losing against AM more than they are winning. The practice isn't going well. They aren't getting a lot of games done. Jordan is not training a lot. Dowd is not caring that much. The only guys who are really taking it seriously and getting their games in are TaToH and Viper himself. And normally that doesn't bother the Viper, but now that they aren't winning anymore, getting interesting. And TaToH cannot house block this. Ah, he's building the tower somewhere else anyways. Interesting. Okay. Don't tell me he's building a house here. And the archer rush, so it is full Winchester style. What is this villager doing? Okay. Man, you're trouble. Oh, poor Stark. Wanted to play a chilled arena game behind some walls. Wait for 5 relics and then play Imperial Age with siege onagers. Not with Mr. TaToH this time. Okay, but they always lose against AM. Well, but in the past it was all fun and laughs. Now it's getting like serious. Within the next 3-4 weeks they have to get in like serious shape. And they are far away from that. Dowd will grind AUHC this week. He will stream every day. That's bad for my poker income, obviously. But okay, well, makes sense. And like, I still don't want to spoil it too much, but Battle of Africa won't be the biggest tournament this year, so they need to get in shape. There are two, well, at least one bigger tournament coming up, and it will be so important for them to perform well, and they aren't at the moment, and that kind of bothers the Viper, as it should, because he's the best player in the world, and his team at the moment isn't performing on his level. Villagers so strong versus Stonewalls. Well, they get +2 attack bonus. Towers are doing some damage as well, and well, it was 4 of them. Stark is now going for archers. Details on the tourney? Not really. Yeah, I think the problem with Tyrant now is that there's no leader. It's Viper by default, but I don't think he really is like it, and he's not doing a great job. Well, I think he would be a solid leader, but people don't care. But yeah, he isn't the greatest leader. That's something we can agree on. But that's like a role that he never picked himself. It just kept leaving, and then the best player kind of had to go into it. TaToH could tower rush gold from the outside. Yeah, but that's something he didn't know before. As you can see, he only scouted the front. Stark have access to stone. One on the outside here, and the other one in the front here. So that's a bad map for Stark, but that's kind of okay-ish for him. Won't really go on to boom anyways. Needs to build a siege workshop. Oh, is TaToH trying to run through here? That would be interesting. Walls can be set up by Stark. Not really well done. And that was beautiful by TaToH. Using his very small timing here. Maybe we'll snipe 1 or 2 villagers. Let's take a look. That's actually shots that he didn't want to do. Now fletching against no fletching. TaToH still going in. Gets that scout done. Is he getting any more villagers at the moment? He's trading off Stark. Still without fletching. TaToH is moving in. Can he get some kills at the moment? It is somewhat of a fair trade. That's totally fine for him. Now it's fletching against fletching. Stark has 1 more range. And yeah. TaToH, I like that he moved in there. It was the last time that his archers could still do damage. But what did he kill? Not a single villager, I believe, right? Rio is a leading figure during Clan Masters? I did see that differently. Fire could be a leader. Well, they are playing another team. He scouted the back, so that's important. Why is that important? He knows that there are wood lines. He can count all the gold spot and wood spots. He should know, like, yeah. I think that's not giving him that much intel. After he sees that gold, he has all the infos. Thinking around archers now, but they won't do much. TaToH? Oh, nice walls here. We've loved some gates maybe, but I don't see any aggressive villagers anyways. Doubt will play seriously when there's money involved. Well, that's what a lot of fanboys are saying, but how well did he perform in Masters of Arena? How well did he perform in the Gamescom tournament? How well did he perform in Masters of Arabia? And we already now know how to beat him easily. That's more a problem than his concentration. Aliri is just an absolute beast. So, like this, yeah, I doubt we'll get in shape. It's easier said than done. Not a villagers here by TaToH, quite surprisingly. I think that quite nicely. City 10-9. Actually identical. Stark now clearing all this up. Will free his stone then. Only needs to take 25 and then can build more TCs. Maybe build to market, buys himself some stone. That's an option as well. Yeah, the trash somewhat efficient indeed. Blocks the stone, blocks some of the gold. Stark didn't have any like secure resources in the back, but Stark defended quite reasonably well. Now forcing a lot of Magnals out. It also slows down the boom. Stark now going for the stone. Money camp here. And then we will see how TaToH transitions. So there's a lot of villagers on gold. He's going for more and more archers. Is he sending more villagers out? Yes, he is. That's exactly what I wanted to see. So he is building another siege workshop himself. Let's take a look how he will continue with his aggression. Yeah, Stark doesn't really need a castle that early on. If he goes for crossbowman, that's totally fine at this point in Magnals. But he didn't even build any more crossbowmen. So for now, he's just staying on Magnals and will have his eco rolling pretty nicely. But villager count very even. TaToH Now going on to knights even. Where do we see the stables? Let's delete some of the houses. And that will be interesting. And without any crossbowmen by Stark, and TaToH had vision for quite some time over those archery ranges. There's no answer. There's no answer to those knights. TaToH going on crossbow before Botkin. That's something I don't like too much. Teach workshop now out. And this tower, I believe it's kind of important that it doesn't not fall. Because if Stark is getting those walls up again, TaToH's aggression kind of is fading. And indeed, Stark will wall this quite nicely, so the knights won't be that efficient. Interesting. Maybe TaToH thought he had a better timing here. And that's still a lot of archers. Why did I not see those? One tower would have done the same damage. Well, how do you get one tower in here? Filter count pretty even. Stark up to 3 TCs though. TaToH on the other side. Oh, we'll have 3 TCs pretty soon as well. Let's take a look. Maybe even TC number 4 for Stark around pretty soon. Building another outpost and now casually ringing the bell. Vessel Towers didn't do anything. Blocked one farm. Well, he forced him into a siege workshop and 2 mangonels and did block the stone. So I think it did quite a bit squeak. You have to think about all the indirect damage you're doing. Like how much idle eco you're forcing, how much he needed to wall, how much he needed to move, how much scouting intel you're denying, how much you're getting into his head. Yeah, I saw the match of Viper against RBTV. And 3 TCs rolling for Stark. Maybe could even go for 4th one here. So it's not like that easy, like a tower is directly killing villagers or blocking some gold. It's way more complex than that. Mangonel going back. And TaToH going for TC number 4 here. As I said before, if he's getting onto champions, I believe Stark will be in a world of trouble. Obviously TaToH could have upped faster without mining stone. Ay. Okay. I probably should focus on casting a bit more. Oh, nice micro here by TaToH. And didn't take any damage here. She's rolling. More villagers for TaToH though. So in the end, his eco is even better. And he's still scary here with his Magnals. Let's take a look. Can he get some shots off? Not really. Trying to repair his Magnals as well. And that's just a lot of aggression still. Stark without Botkin arrow. Cannot really engage against the Magnals here. Oh, this Mangonel, is he getting attacked by himself? Oh, he had a lot of damage against the Mangonel of Stark. And trading 1 for 1 over here, but that was fine. His own Mangonel only had 20 HP. Getting some damage done against those villagers. And now TaToH is going for the real attack. Adding more stables. He knows that he has a timing here and wants to rush in with knights. Something that Stark has no idea of. Let's take a look into the point of view, or take a look. Point of view of Stark here. Mangonel trade not really happening. Oof. Tough. Finally we have Botkin. Shot missed. Nice move here. And trying to go for the repairs again. Oh, and now he sees the knights. TaToH's revealing the knights. Stark should see that. Oh, but TaToH's pulling them back. Still, a lot of stone blocked. I think getting a market and buying yourself a castle is really an option. Just a castle over here could help so much. Oh, actually had 5. What too few. So needs to buy 200 stone here. Oh, now the knights are coming in. Stark, how can he defend this? Bought 100 stone, bought 200 stone. Where is he building his castle? And no more good spots left. This is still open, I believe. Okay, now stone walled. And this is all walled. So Stark is in a fine position. Where is his defensive castle? Over here, is it protecting the gold? I believe it is. It is good enough. And he's on the way to Imperial Age pretty soon. Just needs to sell some wood. Prices are very reasonable still. TaToH aggressive castle as well though. Handcart now for TaToH. Let's take a look. Trying to sneak in with the Magnaut should be the better trade for Stark here. And yeah, we should get 2 for 1. Okay, but pressuring that tower down, therefore blocking the gold spots. And TaToH maybe still do something, but 10 range castles are really strong. Who's getting to him faster? Stark could click up. He should use the market. Finally he's selling wood and should be clicking up to him any second indeed. TaToH, casual horse color timing for him, 36 minutes. And he is up to Imperial Age pretty soon as well. Needs to continue with his Mangonels. He is solid 13 villagers ahead. Needs to make something happen, but those crossbowmen behind walls should be fine. And indeed, Stark is camping the 3rd game as well here. Crossbowman? Geoman, that helps out so much. TaToH up to him, but a solid minute later. TaToH, soon enough stone for a second castle. Stark miles away from that. Maybe the trap war in the end will decide. Getting university, and that's not a lot of space for Stark here. Not a lot of space at all. Another castle for TaToH trying to block that gold. Beautiful, beautiful move here. Maybe just sacrifice some Mangonels. If you just kill 3-4 villagers on gold there, everyone carrying 15 to 10 gold. It's actually worth quite a bit. The enemy is so limited in that regard. Look at that 9 range crossbowman now in Castle Age. Isn't that ridiculous, guys? But if they eat a good volley of all the Mangonels, it's just done for them. Oh god, and there's in here, and those are the good, solid shots. But, well, not game-ending shots for sure. Wow, that range is just enormous. Look at that now, 10 range for the crossbowman. What are the upgrades people are focusing on? Mangonels, not getting the shots in. Nice range control here by Stark. Now trying to build 2 more archery rangers here in the back. Going for trap number 1 on the other side. TaToH with a lead of 30. Military now going for trap number 1. Trap number 2 going for the knights. I want to see the plus 4 defense and cavalry upgrade as well. And for monastery, oh yeah, relics is something we didn't think about at all in this game this far. And indeed, now going for cavaliers, going for husbandry. He wants to go for the big Farimba cavalier attack here. Stark obviously far away from having the eco to switch into halberdiers here. And now TaToH. If you just focus down this castle, it looks so good for him. Still controlling quite a bit of the map. And even thinking about the long game. Controlling the left-hand side corner, getting onto gold. And as we saw before, now kind of putting thought into his head of getting onto some relics as well. Trap number 3 and 4 around as well. Pretty soon trying to repair that trap. Will it be in time? Nope. Filter was so close and yet so far. Werewolf upgrade for Stark. That's a pretty good one. Doing some splash damage, so the traps needs to spread out of TaToH, who is now trying to look for the kill. But it's still completely walled. Good stuff here by Stark. Now switching into barracks, but where is the space? Even deleting farms here, I think he shouldn't reseed those. Needs to get onto more barracks. +4 defense finally for TaToH, and then he can take engagements. At number 3, TaToH now going for the ram attack. Mangonel, can he hold this alone? At the moment it doesn't look that way. And now it is open. It is open. Let's take a look. Do we see some quick walls here by Stark? The farm is still blocking it, and TaToH is in. Farimba is completely out of the question at the moment. Cavaliers, can they get the kill against the villager? Yeah, they deleted the farms but didn't get the walls in. Mangonel is down. That means the Rams can just kill all the houses. 120 out of 135 at the moment from Stark. Crossbowmen here in the back, but they get glass. Surrounded by all the Cavaliers. Finding quite a nice spot, but that castle is under heavy pressure as well. I believe TaToH is ending this game here with his mass amount of Cavaliers. Fully upgraded on the defense part, having Bloodlines as well, getting the full surround. Military count 35 to 10 and dwindling. Stark is out of this game. TaToH with a successful tower rush, delaying Stark quite a bit, then having the better Mangonel control, the better transition. At the moment, Stark holding on with his pop 90, but this is the GG. No way that he can continue with this, losing all his traps as well. Therefore his castles will go down, no question. Actually still dealing quite a lot of damage, but this is no chance. Maybe Stark is just in this because he feels like, well, score says I'm still somewhat in this game, but honestly, pop 80 against pop 140, that's not really how it works. Huh. It's a GG. It's a GG. 2-1 for Mr. TaToH here. It's a GG. No one can deny that. TaToH already going for all the control, going for the Rams. That game was so over. Was an unfortunate map for Stark. No real way to boom back for him. TaToH did get so many kills in the end. Mangonel Micro was absolutely on his side as well. Stark couldn't really use his crossbowman advantage there in Castle Edge. Could have had the 8 range against 7 range and snipe off, oh Walter. Snipe off the Mangonels over and over again, but he didn't do that. Did delay bot canal for quite some time, didn't have the greatest eco there it seems. And solid job by TaToH. Funny how TaToH traded a terrible map for him for a terrible map for Stark. TaToH comeback? I didn't think he was that far behind, guys. Maybe his range got trapped before Arb's upgrade or something. He didn't have the eco. He didn't have a lot of gold. He needed to invest all his gold into the traps. Did get Werewolf upgrade. He just needed to be walled. He didn't really need to have Arbalest. He just needed the walls. What is better of Africa? Did you say it previously? It's weird that you are asking this now. Battle of Africa is a 3v3 tournament organized by MEP and Swissboy with the 8 best teams in the world, and they will play best of 5s on all land maps. We had the qualifiers this weekend, and from now on we have 5 weeks with the Swiss system and then 2 weeks with the bracket stage. Prize pool is over 7k. And there's a lot of prestige in this tournament. Let's take a look at the civ picks. I don't need to blow my nose, so we kind of have to guess what civilizations we are going for. We have no more Malians for TaToH, and we have no more Britons. I'd say TaToH is going for Goth, and Stark is going for Byzantines. Yeah, that's what I feel. Maybe Stark is going for Celts. It's so random, guys. It's so random. 3v3 tournament is MoA. What did I say? And it literally just started. See you on German Day. See ya. Focus traps, if you can kill traps before castle dies and you can repair. That's what both of them tried. They repaired the traps as well. Hey, does Rocket Bean TV disable VODs? Can't find anything from this week. Yeah, you have to go on the YouTube channel. They aren't doing VODs. Just think about their 24/7 channel. So they are always online. I think he was mainly missing gold for arms upgrade. Well, armor less upgrade wasn't important at all. He had to buy 200 stone to build the castle. Yeah. Who's RBTV? Rocket Beans TV. It's a German Twitch channel that is very famous and has a big amount of viewers. They had like 12k viewers this Friday. Viper against Rocket Beans TV. It's only German. They had a show on NBC in the old days. Was called Giga Games. Yeah. And they are sitting roughly 3 kilometers in that direction. If that helps you at all. Probably it won't. Let's jump into game number 4, and I, without sneezing, without using the tissue trick, predicted Goth Byzantines. So maybe it's just me. Maybe I didn't need the tissue at all. What's the connection with AoE? They know how to play? One of them is like 1650 ruby. The others are like 16 to 700 HD. But they're learning quite a bit. But they have a huge viewer base. Every YouTube video of them has like 100k clicks. And they have a 2-hour episode every Friday. So it's pretty big. Yeah, game 1 on MTV as well. But I never watched that. So I always forget to mention that. So we have TaToH in the blue trunks playing the God, and in the purple we have Mr. Starky. That's adminry, he says. Why?
Yes.
Because those were mine. Okay, so the admin read because Stark had 2 sheep in the base of TaToH. Apparently. Fields, random man. Not the best players, but fun to watch. Agreed. Resonor, did you not watch any of my Talk of the Empires? I talked about that all last 3 episodes, I believe. Did you not watch my channel at all? Are you living behind a rock? Are you never watching Viper's chat or Viper's channel? Such a big deal in the community, actually. think he just sort of sent sheep over. Let's talk of the Empire. Now we're getting the real. Flo, you're very close to being timed out. What's nearly? Now we are getting serious. Now, Talk of the Empire was super awesome. I believe the one with Heart was nice as well. We had a lot of good ones. I believe the one with Mamp was good. The year recap with C90 was pretty nice. The one with Taro was funny. I personally liked the one with Eddie as well. MBL was super talkative. I'm pretty happy about most of the Talk of the Empires. Maybe the first one wasn't as exciting. But it's just the start, how to get in, how to ask questions. Like 1.5 hour, 2 hour talk show, it isn't that easy. Do you have any date of the upcoming patch and also maybe some information about the nerfs? Well, watch Talk of the Empire and get all the infos. Too bad we didn't get any info about AUTD. Well, you got some. Let's start with the dirty. Talk of the Empire is the way to go. I want to kind of establish it as something big. And I'm kind of aiming to make it happen every first Wednesday of a month. But I'm not sure if I can really make that happen. Oh, wait, now it's getting the loud part of this song. So we better jump into the game. People say AM OP, but Master Arena Grand Finals is Trident only. Kappa, but Leary didn't play. And I believe Heart didn't play either. Who was playing Goth? I forgot. Luckily we can jump into the game and check it out again. Goth for TaToH. And Stark, Byzantines. When did you get 2K? Like 2003? Something like that. What's that? What? Squeak. Getting aggressive today here. Okay, let's take a real look at the map here for a change. We're Stark playing the Byzantines. Berries at the top, 2 defensive goals and actually 1 extra gold. Gold somewhat at the front, 3rd gold at the front as well. Or not that nice. Scout is trying to block that. He isn't opening the gate, trying to make it happen over here so that the Scout actually needs to block the boar as well. On the other side, with TaToH, nice defensive gold, nice defensive stone, another defensive gold. That looks pretty good, and another gold there as well. Let's take a look. Stark just got 1 hit, that feels fine. 2003, I got 2K 2003. Not I started playing 2003. Actually, oh god, my strategy how I got 2K was actually a pretty good one. It was Stonewall into sneaked archery ranges. So I would always send 1 villager around, completely stonewall myself, and then get up to 10 to 12 archers, fletching, and then go into his wood line. And since I'm completely stonewalled at the front, everyone thought, okay, this guy will just go castle age, they will transition into it as well. And I can always wreck the whole wood eco. And people didn't scout that well and didn't read points that well at that point. And yeah, And I was even scratching 2.1k, and then I lost 3 games against Chico, and I was really down. Down to like like 220 or something. Yeah, that was the Nilly strategy. I might still find a pack of that. I was really proud of that strategy and worked surprisingly well. I had like streak 15 or something. I was really, really happy. Did you play there even before walking? Well, let's say it that way. There were some days where I played more Age of Empires, then I moved away from my chair. So, not really what you were looking for, but somewhat true. I want to start going for Byzantines. Obviously, monkeys could be an option. TaToH on the other side plays it with 1 lumber camp only, so that might be some scouts. Do you think you were the best player at one point in time? In the world? No. No. No, never. No. Are you playing poker later? No. And if so, I wouldn't stream it. Yeah. I was never the best player in the world. I'm not sure what my highest ranking would be. Maybe at the moment I'm like number 50, I would say, in the world. Maybe 60 or something. And like when I had my highest skill level, the 2 times I was maybe like number 30, number 40 as well. Maybe even a bit weaker. But oh, maybe weaker. Probably still weaker, yeah. But the competitiveness was just so much higher than now. Number 60, so humble. Well, I don't really know. Think about it, like, how many better players are there? There are like 6 Brazilians, probably like 15 Chinese, and like 20 to 25 Finnish guys, Europeans. I think I could be like number 50 in the world at the moment. I'm not 100% sure. I should maybe check that. Of active players, obviously. $500 Chinese. 60 still sounds like a lot of money. We are talking about Age of Empires, right? Not poker. I meant RM, not TM. Ha, Kappa! TaToH best player of all time? Well, if you talk about best player of all time, he has to be ranked. There for sure. He just has been like top 2 in the world for 10 years. And or like top 2 in the world for like 8 years. And top 10 in the world for 15 years. So, kind of has to be in there, right? Viper has been number 1 for maybe now 4 or 5 years. TaToH was also great, yeah. TaToH was so nice. He always played the same strategy and he still always died. The good old days. Playing on the world is Fat Slop? Not sure about that. Oh, is TaToH committing to killing 1 villager? No, he's not. TaToH is playing this aggressively. Double defensive monastery here by St4rk. Actually had 6 villagers in gold. Not 100% sure why he's double building those. Where would you rank TaToH? I have no idea. What is Taro going for? Double siege workshop? What is this strategy? Stark is seeing double siege workshop. WTF. We just need redemption. And then this should be easily killed. Give me redemption. What is TaToH's plan? Ram Mangonel? That shouldn't work. Is that a bluff? I haven't seen that kind of bluffs, and I've played a lot of bluffing in my life. And catch a lot of bluffs as well. Can just move in there. Can just fight this off. You know, has more HP here as well. Double monastery. Double... Now converting the Mangonel, converting... Well, he lost... Oh god, okay, well that went pretty horrible. No, he killed the scout. And let's take a look, maybe ground attack by TaToH. Oh, yeah, it was pretty nice, but 11 HP still left. Guys, this is somewhat GG. What are we witnessing? TaToH double siege workshop? Why and how? Was he trying to counter crossbowman or something? Now he can just like kill one siege workshop, convert one siege workshop. Well, actually, he could convert both. Yeah, but TaToH's deleting both. And what is TaToH transitioning into now? A barracks, 1 TC, buying food and wood, and suddenly Stark, without a siege workshop, has a ram that is actually opening the gates of TaToH, and now going for double scouts. Stark is just going easy peasy for triple relics. Okay, well maybe Stark can still throw it by not going for any spearmen. But how should that happen? Aye. Oh, we have fire. Fire! Answer the question. If you have to rank all the players in the world by skill, what players would I be? And if you want to, you can also say what rank you would be. Okay, TaToH from Tyrant. Well, with that strategy, he truly gets some meme points from Doubt, for sure. Who? Me! Nearly underscore AOE, the channel you're watching at the moment. Drumroll, indeed. Okay, Stark is doing something very clever here. Moving in with the scout before overcommitting. Just trying to scout some off, tries to see what's going on. You need to make a list. Well, just make a guess. Is it more like number 10? More like number 50, more like number 300. And Stark sees some light cav out, if he actually saw that, but sees 2 stables. He should know what's up. He's getting relic number 3 in, relic number 4 is on the way, sees relic number 5. He's now going for forging, just waiting for spearmen. Why TaToH knew to delete the ram? Well, that was quite some time ago, right? He was trying to micro with his magnet as well. No, not retired. Only actual players at the moment. Okay, now let's see 8 light cap here. How many converts do we see? We have 4 spearmen around. Not a lot of converts at the moment. Stark not really watching. Did convert to the right hand side, left hand side. Spearmen are around now. Right hand side light caps are coming in. Spearmen's not really doing the damage. I can see 2 converts, 4 converts now. That looks pretty solid here for Mr. Stark. Now the village at the front building another siege workshop, and TaToH just lost everything. At the moment, military count 14-0. Villager count pretty even. This is not winnable for TaToH here. That wasn't the kills he wanted to get to. Do you play water? Squeak, what? Like, we're getting weird questions today. Yeah, all maps, team game and random map, just overall complex player. So obviously like Spring, although he has a higher rating than me, should maybe be rated lower than me. Because he is only good at one very like popular but only one form. Why is he converting the barracks? Oh well, he wants to build more spearmen, so I can see that. Yeah. What if that just convert more stables? Okay, now defensive tower here by TaToH. He's still playing. Oh, now quadruple archery range defense here. Have you played Arabia before? Maybe. Never seen me play random map much. What is going on today? Ay. Always taking shots at Spring. Yeah, but he knows that I'm convert whole base. Well, maybe ask Donny how he feels if the whole... Oh no, Florentine, if the whole base is converted. Spearman getting some kills in, but also some light cav are dying here. And now Stark even on the way to Imperial Age. Look at that. He is booming with 3 TCs behind this as well. Soon has enough stone for a castle. And TaToH, 1 stone here, the other one was defensive, yeah, so that's not a big problem. But now switching into crossbowmen as well. Oh, let's take a look. Ay, more monks are getting sniped. TaToH, same amount of villagers, now ahead when it comes to military. Let's take a look at his resources. So pretty deep in the castle age here. Trying to get the siege workshop up, and maybe he feels like, okay, that was somewhat of a successful hold, but I feel Stark will just transition into Arbalest, and there's no real answer for TaToH here with his eco. No real chance to maybe go into Huskarls later on, but that's going to be tough. Did fire answer my question or not? TaToH sniping a villager, sniping 2 spearmen, then going back, loses 1 crossbowman. Stark. Is he transitioning into Arbalest? Yeah, he is. Okay. I was thinking about like that makes a lot of sense. Only 3 relics for him. Didn't pick up the 4th and 5th relics when he had the chance to. And he has a lot of map vision. Look at that. And that's a Byzantine bonus for you. He sees everything. He sees the amount of villagers TaToH is sending on stone now. So he knows he has to make something against Huskarls work pretty soon. But TaToH realizes this guy has too much map vision here with that converted barracks and stable. I better resign quickly. He knew the eco could not have been much better. He was far away from PLH as well. Look at that, 300 food, 400 gold for him. And he was on a tech unit crossbowmen that weren't really benefiting him too much in the long game. So therefore, we have the 2-2. My Monk tactics with Byzantines. You have all the upgrades. You also can go to Imperial Age better, faster, which is quite nice because then you can get more Monk tags. And they're healing faster as well. So those are the good things for the Byzantines. We can take a look at that as well if you want to. That's not Byzantines. Well, over here. So you can see monks heal 50% faster. That's pretty sweet for them. And they have all the important upgrades: Redemption, Sanctity, Atonement, Heresy as well in the long run, and then all the imp upgrades as well that are beautiful. And getting up to Imperial Age cheaper is what really helps out as well. Stab it up, TaToH. Exactly. Stab it up, TaToH. Are you even trying? And now, guys, get your tissues and predict the upcoming civs. Will be so tricky. What will they go for? Game number 5, the last pick ban for them. It will be Spanish against Celts. After that, we will have the choice of Ethiopians, Incas, and Indians. And game number 7, if we go that far, will be a mirror matchup. The next one, who wins the game, will have 2 match points for himself to guarantee himself a spot in the finals. Celts vs Spanish is hard for Stark? Is that so? It was a tough question for Fire. It must be the toughest question of all time. How he is avoiding answering it. Sorry, if I put you in an uncomfortable spot there, I will take the question back, Fire. Ay, ay, ay. Thinking hard. Wait. Okay. Guys, quick bathroom break, and then we go into game number 5, Spanish Celt War, TaToH against Mr. Stark, Master of the Arena 5, loser bracket, finals. For TaToH, it's 1:20 AM. What is AOEDE? A remake of Age of Empires 1, having 3D graphics and a lot of remake. Just Google it. Looks way better now. A lot of new features. Drop that mic. Not really. It's like at an arm here, so cannot really drop it. Sorry. I want TaToH to do double siege correctly this time, whatever that looks like. Not sure that this strategy really exists. You're 50 minutes late. I know. That should be a new meme. Where can I see the tournament tree? Exclamation mark. MoA5. So Stark was being difficult scheduling the finals. He was difficult in a lot of stuff. I think nearly could be 5th at the moment, to be honest. Top 50s. Yeah, that's what I said as well. Said 40s to 60s. Answered! Finally! Guys, stream ended. I didn't want more than that for today. Just wanted... yeah, it probably means DM players, right? Top 50 DM? Or top 50 casters. Now I don't know what it means. Top 50 casters in the world? Top 50 Age of Empires casters that are live at the moment? And casting this series? Something like that? Or top 50 DM players. By the way, if you want to see Fire and Neely battling it out on Deathmatch, go on my YouTube. And we will... Yeah, we face each other... When was it? Yesterday, Saturday. Such a long time ago. And now we're going into game number 5. TaToH is playing Spanish. And on the other side we have st4rk playing the Celts. Very compact map by him here. Wood and stone somewhat open. Appears to be pushed. And TaToH actually has a second berry bush. Quite nice for him. And that's a pretty beautiful map for him. He can have very easy walls here at the front. Defensive stone, defensive gold as well. And extra defensive stone and gold in the back as well for him. So that's a nice way. Double castle Kongs. That could be the strategy. More games. Hype. At least 2 more games, guys. Maybe even 3. Double castle Kongs. Wouldn't that be great? Painful, but great. Uh-oh! Uh-oh! Guys. Guys. Bum bum ba-dum dum dum dum. I still... Mission Impossible soundtrack. Oh, what is coming? Let's take a look. Does TaToH know about this? Thinking of double seats. TaToH still camping at home. He has no idea that this is coming. He has such a good map to defend this. Already on stone. This should be so good. I didn't think about this at all. Against Winchester, he always clicked directly after Winchester went up as well. This will come to him some sort of a surprise. Not having Loom as well, but it's just now knocking at his front door. Very interesting. I hope the VOD won't get muted because of that. Not because of the games. Has been the most interesting series. Did you do the tissue trick as well? Has to be the only reason. I think against the tower rush you kind of need to wall behind trees as well. I think that's something TaToH should focus on. Leaving that open for now. Kind of interesting as well. And the question is, will the tower be able to shoot at that palisade? Yes, he will. Actually, the villagers now should fight this off, not the scout, because villagers have +2 attack against buildings. And guys, you know what I don't like in my chat? It is if it's too idle. So let's get a permit in there. Yeah, because of the chat indeed. Jesus Christ! For me it worked, but it didn't. Okay, let's continue. TaToH quickly rushing in the loom, building defensive market, so not trying to use it as his walls. That's kind of interesting as well. No defensive tower, blacksmith defensively as well. Now going forward, st4rk here with already fletching out. That's quite an early blacksmith for him as well. Towers now around, TaToH with the defensive tower, but that's just such a good map for him to get forward, to not get forwarded. Honestly, at this small arena, st4rk kind of decided on his strategy beforehand, as it feels, before really scouting the map. Next defensive tower here, beautiful play by TaToH, and this is, he's just in such a beautiful position here. st4rk in a world of trouble. Aggressive tower won't do anything. st4rk has no idea that this tower will get denied as well. Tower will go up, and he is denied here. Ay, ay, ay. Defensive market into double siege. That would be the dream. Ay, ay, ay. Okay. Well, honestly, if like in the last game, Stark just went for a boom and TaToH just, oh, Walter, oh god, F me guys. How can he be so idle? And if in the last game, Stark just went for like 2 villages on gold, slow relics, and TaToH went double siege and instantly broke through, I would have said like, what a masterpiece, really knowing his timings and everything. So there are strategies where the double siege works, but obviously against someone going defensive monasteries into redemption, it looked pretty stupid. Not saying that the strategy was bad though. Congrats. Must have been the slowest pyramid ever. Not going for the deers here. Same time, Stark already has horse color, is transitioning into a reasonable amount of farms as well. This feels pretty solid. TaToH will be in Castle Age pretty soon, and then normally you see people building some siege trying to clear it up, but TaToH will just easily build a defensive castle over here, will clear up those 2 towers, and then will be very efficient with his Kongs. He has very little map vision though. Hey, look, I think over here should be good as a castle placement. Oh yeah. Should clear up those towers. Oh, that's not really going to happen. Oh, TaToH! Oi, 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 losing a villager here. That kind of surprising to me. That was a lot of damage output by Stark. Stealing berries? That's what you do. That's what you should do. Well, mission was impossible, for sure. He's even going for the siege workshop. I'm not sure if that's really necessary. It's like, what is he fighting against? You clear up those 2. Yeah, he has enough range to kill both towers. And then he can move out with Kongs. Maybe just a man. Oh, no, not a siege tower. Thought like, siege tower, Kong is at our hop. But that's not really a thing, right? There are no fast and slow pyramids, just completed and incompleted ones. Oh, truer words have never been spoken. We failed, but we also witnessed something beautiful. It's a pyramid paradox. You do everything to destroy them, but if they work, you just are blown away by the beauty. Yes. Just blown away by the beauty. Zwitterliebe. I'm not sure if that Mango should really be that aggressive, especially because without any villagers being around. Now sending him over 15 HP. Deep words by Neely. Are you drunk? No, I'm only quoting. I never would come up with deep words on my own. I mean, I'm using some painkillers right now. Do you have some? Kongs versus Feudal Age. Well, let's see how Stark will approach this. Still double mangonel, so archers could eat quite a bit. Villager is getting micro back quite beautifully. Need to send another villager. Should maybe focus some of the villagers here, but they should hop in. Trying to repair, and Stark is doing quite a good job of folding TaToH at his base. TaToH at the same time, no extra TCs. It's not looking too bad for Stark here. Ay, still no kills against those villagers. Maybe Kongs can finally come over. Snipe those. Oh, villagers still not hurt. Crossman, botkin arrow, and then it's getting tricky. Oh, finally the villagers are getting killed. Okay. Sleep deprivation kicking in. Guys, you haven't heard me casting at my 44-hour streams. And I didn't talk about the game at all anymore. Look at that, I'm even showing the important stuff. Really smart delaying tactic by Stark. Well, 2 games ago everyone said like this tower rush completely failed. Now it's a successful delaying tactic. Interesting. Stark still has quite a nice amount of army here. Certainly take out all those Kongs, but not those Mangonels. And it was quite a bit of stone actually. Not 100% sure why he keeps 2 villagers on it. The other side, Stark, heading TC number 2 and 3. He will catch up quite nicely. Just come down to the 1 attack of TaToH. Take a look, Crossman, they cannot really take this fight. What is he trying to do here? Ay, 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 ay. He didn't try to micro with Britons, but with Celts he feels confident enough. This is crazy. Okay. Barracks now for TaToH, probably wants to build a stable, trying to go for some bloodlines. We'll continue with his Kisado production. And I think he will just stay with this. Another outpost by Stark. I love how active he is with outposts. I think they're an underbuilt building. Or underappreciated maybe. Okay, let's take a look. Stark, want to sneak around. He sees everything. What does TaToH see? Not that much. Oh, but the Hawk should see quite a bit. Okay, now let's take a look. Micro quite important. Mangonel number 1 down. Mangonel number 2 getting very low. But even getting sniped here. Quite nice shots by Stark this far. That was 2 Mangonels against 2 Mangonels. 1 Kong going down, now doing the split, but eating quite a solid shot here, now splitting that. Not the greatest micro this far by Stark. He needs to finish off that Mangonel, otherwise this was not efficient at all. 5 HP, he's not going for it, and if TaToH is getting the repair in, and it seems like he might, this was more efficient for TaToH for sure. Conquistadors really getting the kills, and look at that 16 damage output now. Even microing back the low HP ones. 23 to 8 KD. Stark with a small blow up, but in the meanwhile, he kept the boom running and is on +2 villagers. Handcut coming for him as well. And archery ranges now being added, so he will stay onto his crossman tech. More villagers to the front, 1 probably to repair, 1 to build another siege workshop. Monastery now, TaToH feels like he has the timing where map control is his, and he can secure himself some relics. What are the settings for game number 6 again? Mirror? No, the pick of Ethiopian, Inca or Indians. Second siege workshop, yeah. He knows he kind of has a timing. Knows that he killed all the army off of Stark. And that's most of the time a sign to really go for some pressure. +2 villagers, +10, I want to say. Now we're even close to +20. And 1 TC feels risky. While going 1 TC and only having 1 castle is risky. If he had a second castle, that would make it a bit better. Stark can get a castle up, it's game. Well, really can't, right? Only 3 on stone here. Now Mangonels are moving in. TaToH feels like he has a timing. How many crossbows do we have? Stark? Getting onto numbers again. Now getting ballistics as well, an upgrade that he was heavily missing before. And really get the kills against the moving conquistadors, who are now beautifully dodging that Mangonel shot. I think I want to go into the point of view of Stark to see the bada booms even better. One villager kill, Taro moving in here, and that was a small mistake, getting a lot of damage done against those two mangonels though. So doesn't need the heaviest hit and is getting a 1-for-1 trade after all. And still in a very dominant position. Still needs 200 more stone is Mr. Stark. Does he have a market? Yes, he does. So could buy himself the cars and maybe put it down here. Could be an option for him. For now, trying to get onto more mangonels, trying to get onto more crossmen. Quadruple archery range again. Oh, and getting a kill off there. And that's very nice for his ult. Could also sell a lot of his wood. Prices are at 59 for wood. Crossman trying to do some weird stuff here. I think going back could be the better option. TaToH, is he adding a second TC? No. 1 TC all in is what we are seeing here. Let's maybe take a look at his stone. He's only lacking 100 stone as well, and he will click up to Imperial Age pretty soon, and then we'll build a second aggressive castle. This will get tricky for Stark. He's kind of looking into Castle Age himself. Is he getting the kill against the Mangonel? Finally. But only after getting some hits against him. Has now enough stone to click up. Is using the market quite nicely for him as well. Is up. Time window 16 seconds for TaToH. Villager deficit. Heavy. Heavy deficit here of 40 villagers. Stark. Well, I think he shouldn't really go for traps. I think he should somewhat transition into Halberdier Ram. Sounds weird. I think that's a better option. Defensive castle, not really protecting the gold and stone here. Stark now going for skirmishes. Interesting. Knows about that aggressive castle. Question is, does he expect TaToH to be up to him? Stark heavily leading in score. And now adding siege workshops. I want to see him add more barracks. TaToH in the meanwhile dropping off relic number 2, relic number 3. Double castle Kongs, guys. It's happening! Indeed. But minute 36 instead of minute 16. Is he maybe staying on onagers? On law 40-foot wall. 2 more relics for TaToH. Let's take a look. Is he going for it? Please, one over here. This one not really seen. KD at the moment, as he pointed out, guys. Not very good for Stark. Well, and Kells. Bracer Arbalests. Something I never heard of. So, not really the greatest stuff for him. Chemistry instantly for Stark. Interesting. Conquistadors will intercept those villagers. Trap war now starts, and indeed rams for Stark. So he will go for, well, he doesn't even have a barracks at the moment. Just this one. So he will stay on Skirm Ram. Sounds a bit like an MBL composition. Pop 150 for him, 85 for TaToH. Can TaToH make it happen? He needs maybe bombard cannons himself. He needs something against those rams for sure. Otherwise, Stark will just own this. Look at this beautiful eco. Very clumped up, but all those villagers working so efficiently. Farms with very minimal gaps. This looks very nice by Mr. Stark, who's now putting himself into a good position to clear up those castles. Let's take a look how he's trying to engage this. Onage attack for TaToH is coming around. And I believe that was deleted. And the Mangonel killed. Siege rams now for Stark as well. Trying to prepare them here. He sees everything that TaToH has. What does TaToH see? He sees siege workshops and he sees more archery ranges. So he's kind of expecting that. Has 3 onages. I believe the go shouldn't be in that direction. of Stark. Maybe could still throw this game. At the moment, Pop 160 to 90. On paper, it should be Stark's win, but he can throw his army quite heavily. It's still 11 kills to 42. Let's take a look how we can see this happening. Stark now transitioning into Halberdiers as well. TaToH microing against the siege rams. I believe waiting for Halberdiers isn't the worst option ever. The mill. Existing. TaToH seen the rams at all? Let's take a look. Well, he sees siege workshops, right? And yeah, he killed some rams, so yeah, he knows. That's 4 defense for those conquistadors. That's pretty intense at the moment. Calm before the storm here. Onagers, and Stark is kind of scared of those. Stark even going for guilds. He has good enough of an eco. He's ahead 50 villagers. Onager shorts. Oh god, that's up, and Stark can never engage. Why is he even here? Oh god, this will be so bad, losing more rams. Can Stark throw this? TaToH is going for a very good counter army. Doesn't really have an answer to those rams, but at the moment Stark doesn't really have anything against those onagers lurking around. Where can Stark really run to? Was trying to run away. Maybe he should have moved into his pikemen, soon to be halberdiers. This army, can he defend? Are we seeing any onagers? Well, one onager over here, the rest of the onagers trying to chase down. It's very good that Stark realizes he needs to run. He needs to get into the eco. He needs to get into the back. Some rams trying to snipe down some onagers, but that's not really happening. Getting some villager kills here. Maybe he increases his lead again to 50 villagers ahead. But now he needs to spread his army a bit more. TaToH building another TC here. I'm not 100% sure if I like that too much. For Raw Celtica. So the more HP for the onagers or anti-rams is coming for Stark, who is building quite a nice army. But we will see the big onager shots first here. Onagers of TaToH not closing down the distance, and TaToH going down to 65 villagers. Why did he not pull all of them? The onagers could have cleared up everything. He's just losing a solid 15 villagers here completely unnecessarily, and TaToH is resigning that after seeing what Stark still had left. 170 pop to 106. TaToH just deciding to go for a weird strategy here. Castle Age, mass rams, conquistadors, not really a complete all-in, but somewhat want to see it. And Stark after that played this very calm. His crossbowmen did enough, and the Celt eco bonus obviously helping out quite a bit as well. And suddenly, guys, Stark being the guy leading. 3-2-2 here. Oof, tata. Not seeing the big bada booms in the end though. TaToH, with that KD, I'm not sure if I've ever seen a game where someone has a KD of 2.5 to 1, 86 to 33, and lose the game. That's if I show you this screen, like, well, not really the right, not really that number, but if I show you those two numbers, it's more than 99% that the guy with the more kills actually won this. Okay guys, now we go into game number 6. It is Ethiopians, Indians and Incas. Now I want to hear what civilization would you go for and why? Ethiopians, Indians or Incas? I personally think I'd go for Ethiopians. Yeah. When you have school tomorrow morning? No. I won games with 300 to 800 kg by just spamming cheap units. Well, God, but like 300 to 800 is something different than 30 to 80. Or karambits. See you, son. See you tomorrow at German Day. The open should be good. I feel so as well. Pyramids count as 1 for KD? I believe so, yeah. Yeah. TaToH will do Incas? Interesting. Interesting. I just hope that the VOD won't get muted because of the small intermezzo of Mission Impossible. I only now realize this best of 7, not best of 9. Well, nowhere described as best of 7. Not over here, not over here. Not in the stream title. Most of games I'm winning with trash units, cause I don't play like this guys, and most of the time I need to outnumber them and create a lot of stress around more spots. But if you can handle that, you probably have good macro. Good night everyone, nearly. See you later on German Day. See ya, mate! Oh. Command and Conquer soundtrack. Never heard that before. Guys, throw your tissues in the trash. Because our predictions were trash. Or they are picking bad civilizations, whatever it is. City Fluid Mission Impossible? No, I wanted to get the hype in, guys. Just realized I have to get up in 5 hours. Shit! It'll be such a waste of Stark wins. Well, he will get much more money getting 2nd place than 3rd place, and a lot of prestige on the line as well. Obviously, let's jump into game number 6. It is Mr. TaToH playing in the blue trunks. He did pick the Incas. On the other side, we have Stark with a very open map here, playing the Indians. Nice defensive gold though, but open stone and overall quite a big area to be attacked in. They're going to choose different map. Well, every map is arena because it's called Masters of Arena. And yeah, they picked civilizations out of Indians, Incas, and Ethiopians. And Stark instantly requesting the restart. Makes a lot of sense with that open map. Don't get overexcited, guys. Okay, now next step of analysis. What is better, Incas or Indians? TaToH with Incas, Stark with Indians. I never saw TaToH nor Stark beating Viper in a series, even in rated games. I did see TaToH beat, I believe, like at least in the best of 1 series at an Escape Gaming tournament. I'm thinking about a best of 3 series that TaToH won. Can't think of one. Leary beat him in the best of 3 series. That's it. Why restart? Because there was a huge surface area for Stark and he could have been attacked from so many different areas, was super open to potential tower rushes and all forwards. I think that's because of the llama. Kappa. Stark has such a bad luck with his maps. 3 times already a bad map without space in the back. Well, it's a best of 7, right? I think Indians in the long run should win with bombard cannons, hand cannons, but I don't know. It's a tough composition to get to. You need to have army before that. Viper only lost 1 time in Escape 1 series? No, that's not true. Great cast, by the way. Thank you so much! Wasn't against Nikov. Yeah, Viper lost more than 1 series in Escape game tournaments. He at least lost 2 because it was always double elimination and he didn't make it into the finals once. Louis wasn't hyped yesterday. He kind of got hyped. But obviously, you need to win or perform strong in tournaments to get hyped. Taro played very well against Viper when all the tips were still new, but Viper had caught up. Oh, you're still playing pretty well against the best player in the world. Viper only lost 1 game in Massive Arena 5? Yes. Can Indians do much against Monk, Eagle, and Castle Age? Tough to say. Can I ask about maps? How does it work? Is it completely random every time, or is it like the 30 types of arena, for example? That's a very good question. They are like, I knew the number. I believe it's 32,768 different maps. So like, the generation has like that was the old number, I believe, of generations, and now with Waterloo Kingdoms I think they increased it by another how is it called, like this. So like the number is incredibly bigger now. So there were people having the same map twice in a short time frame, and there was even posted once that someone had the same map twice after each other. But the generation basically is you have UTC spawning in the map with the minimum distance from the end and from the middle. Then you have a minimum distance from your enemy. Then you have a minimum distance and a maximum distance for your berries and all resources in general. And yeah, you always have like 1 tile of 7 gold, 1 tile of 4 times gold, 1 tile of 4 times gold, 1 5 stone, 1 4 stone. You always have 5 relics. You have either 3 or 4 deers. Your enemy has the same amount, and so forth and so on. Ah, square, exactly. Yeah, square. So, like, the amount is always the same, but the distribution is different when it comes to everything except wood. Because wood is also different, but the amount is random as well. There's a minimum number and a maximum number depending on the map. But yeah, it can really vary quite a bit. I'm not 100% sure how well I explained that. Sure, the law made a video about maps, well, but mainly about map sizes, right? Let's take a look at Stark's map. Double defensive stone, gold, somewhat open for him. Oh, all 3 of his main gold spots over at this site. Interesting. Their bases are pretty close together. Yes, that's true. TaToH has a pretty open map. He wants to play this out though. And I'm really curious what we will see. TaToH could go for a tower rush, but has 4 on wood, so that's kind of an indicator that we won't see that. Hype for Siege Tower Eagles? Maybe. Does TaToH have any restarts? Yeah, he needs to call it before 4 minutes. I believe Stark now has 1 left, and Stark used both of his 3 stats, and TaToH still has 1 left. At least that's how I counted it. TaToH rushing. We will see. For now, no farms, no villages on gold. Switching on to the sheep. Top 22 and looming would be an option. He doesn't need that sheep. Just need to go on that one. Would be fine. If he wants to go up and no queuing villagers, that's loom. That's a tower rush. Tower rush by TaToH. Okay, he wants to use that sheep, not that one. Tower rush by TaToH. Let's take a look at the map of Stark. And his gold is horrible against this. This is looking good for TaToH. Tower rush for him. Nice defensive stone for Stark, but the gold spots are absolutely horrible. Let's take a look if... and TaToH sees it. TaToH did scout the map and then decided on a strategy, but Stark, the mastermind... Oh! He clicked up, but then cancelled his feudal age click and squeezed in loom. And is now going on stone. He knows that TaToH is going for the tower rush. Interesting. Interesting. Defensive barracks with 6 villagers? He is counter-rushing. He is building 2 barracks, 2 militia now, but look at that. He cannot use that gate, so he has to walk out here or open his own walls. He will go on to 2 militia now. And will pull 6 villagers against this. He's 100% sure TaToH is tower rushing. This feels so weird. Now, massive amount of villagers on gold. I have no idea what we are seeing here. TaToH's tower rush. Archery range is coming. Counter tower. Oh, and he's going for it. He is going for it. TaToH quick walling this. And he's trying to fight this down. TaToH walling quite nicely. Archery range still not up. And this tower is using quite a lot of HP. Feels like Stark could even attack with 1 more villager. Trying to fight down this palisade wall. 10 HP. Is he getting in? It seems like TaToH screwed this up. Yes, indeed. TaToH's tower will not go up. Stark is defending this quite nicely. Archery range is up now, could go for some archers for sure, but this tower is getting denied. Stark is standing strong, 2 militia, maybe not even needed, and will build the defensive tower here. Maybe could even build it more offensively in between the archery range and the barracks indeed. TaToH in a world of trouble here. Fighting this down is Mr. Stark. This far losses, though heavier on the other side, and now the archer is helping out. Let's take a look. How HP looking? Stark looks fine. Stark is even keeping this open, and now he wants to tower hop himself. TaToH, why is he doing this? He could have blocked this the other way. And now trying to move out with his archer. And this isn't looking too great for TaToH, who needs to fall back. Oof, what an intense start here. Remember, guys, everything on the line. If Stark wins this one, he is going to the finals. He is at least top 2 and will fight for the W of the Soul Tournament against the Viper. But if we see the TaToH win here, we still have an open match. Next tower coming in here. I'm not 100% sure if the returning tower rush is the greatest decision by Stark here. I think just falling back and booming could have been an option as well. Villager count dead even. Not a lot of losses on both sides for that. On that regard. Nice defense here by Stark. I have no idea how he scouted this, how he knew what to go for. Think TaToH Stark will take a game from Viper in finals, or it's difficult? It is difficult, but yeah, I think they will take a game. That's how the system works. There are some kind of Civ advantages. Stark and TaToH will win. But they always attack walls once before building tower. Should you try to get tower up before they notice? Well, you always see the tower. So they notice anyways, and villagers are doing a lot of damage against those walls. So you're just getting the tower up so that he cannot wall behind, and you're already taking those walls early on. TaToH trying to defend even more. Where is his stone? Over here, okay. Sending his archers back, and those are actually quite nice. He will get them into the tower, will get onto more arrows. That's pretty sweet for him. Now having some troubles here on the gold side, but we'll just build another mining camp and we'll be somewhat safe. TaToH now going for fletching. Can he reach the other tower then? Yes, he can. So fletching really helping out with that last remaining range. Not sure if TaToH counted that, but it really is helping quite nicely. And all the villagers actually should have still some resources. Look at that. 7 gold, 8 gold, 10 food, 7 gold, 1 food. So they kind of have resources left. Let's take a look, and he just all clicked them on wood. Feels bad, man. Okay. Guys, time to breathe. Time to stabilize. Time to think about how we want to see this game developing into Castle Age, because that's where we're going to. Maybe pull some villagers away from stone now. He doesn't need more stone. On the other side, TaToH. That's... oh god. Oh god, I just had a bug on my hand. Holy moly. Holy moly. Ooh la la. It's a small, beautiful one, but... I didn't... I was really confused when suddenly he touched my hand. Oh. Ay, 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 ay. Holy, that came unexpected. Okay, let's focus on the game again. Oh, ay, ay, ay. It's pretty, and I will leave him there, but surprising. Okay, in the meanwhile, TaToH and St4rk continue to play. Yeah, I didn't realize how big it was, guys. It just was touching my hand all of a sudden. I wasn't throwing my screen through the room. Looks tasty. Oh, yeah, yeah. Okay, TaToH stays, and we'll actually go on eagles here. Interesting. What is St4rk doing? Is he moving in? Without any villagers? Oh, we need to see some quick walls. TaToH walling this. Needs to get some more walls up. Barracks. I'm not sure if that will be the most efficient thing ever. Quick walls, TaToH. Beautiful job. That villager should get home. Well, loses his life. Need another house here. Yeah, sweet defense by TaToH. But I thought St4rk shouldn't be able to do a lot there. He's blocking the gold though. Double siege workshop? Not yet. Look at that, TaToH is just focusing on that tower instead of trying to snipe down the skirms there. And will he have any low HP villagers? Not really. Skirms trying to move in again. Not going to happen. Quick wall in the house here. Not going to happen either. And now one single eagle actually can deal with that quite nicely. Will he wall a bit more? I'm not 100% sure how necessary that is, honestly. Oh, villager 8 HP and jumping into the TC. Eagles clearing that up. Siege workshop number 1. Where is siege workshop number 2? Indians this week versus Miso Chiefs. We'll see. Nice micro there by TaToH. And saving all the food. Good job. Okay, what is St4rk up to? What is he going for? He is adding more stables. So he is actually going for camels. Interesting. Well, I had heard of weaker units for Indians. Not a lot of villagers on gold here. Only 5 for now. Taro. That's interesting to see. One to see villager, or one villager to see on the outside. Yeah, guys, talking about hand cannons, that's something in the future. Our camels though, there's not going to be any cavalry from Taro. Yeah, that's true. Third stable even by Stark. Oh, and Stark is having enough stone for a defensive castle as well. Well, I'm not sure if elephant archers are the answer here. Maybe defensive castle by Stark. Now forging, and indeed he's going for camels. Uh-oh, siege tower is around. Taro, siege tower, eagle warrior hype. Oh, and there's no defensive castle. Taro, can he maybe end this game with this sneaky move? Jumping over the walls here. Look at that, it's not arena anymore. 3 camels. Going for forging now, and those eagle warriors should perform reasonably well against them. Let's take a look. Taro's producing quite heavily. It feels like Stark can barely hold this. Taro's trying to focus down. Camel by camel. Still enough eagles out they have. +2 defense though. 2 camels still left. More eagles are jumping over. Is this maybe the GG or is it not? I believe Stark is holding this by the skin of its teeth. Wow, what a defense. Oof. Okay, market now. Please don't tell me he's selling all his stone and going up to him. Okay, selling 200 food. So what are we doing with all our stone at the moment, Mr. Stark? Okay, grouping them up, and now he's going for the aggression. He's going forward. Maybe over here makes somewhat sense to pressure those 2 gold spots. Taro on the other side is warding that area quite cleverly, trying to control the gold and the stone. Stark, I feel he wants to go over here and pressure that. Doesn't even know that well about that gold. Actually, he does. Well, he probably should, yeah. And what does TaToH know? Did he see those villagers? Well, he certainly sees the camels now. Builds the outpost. The castle is coming up. TaToH, he needs to rush out those towers. Let's take a look if he can deny this. Guys, it is getting so close. TaToH is coming around. Monks needs to convert. This could be the game-breaking move for Stark. If he's not getting this castle up, he's throwing this game. Trying to get this castle up here. Let's take a look at the percentages. We are at 45. The tower is up. Villagers needs to be pulled. Stark is throwing this game here. Villager now 20 behind, and he has a camel tech that is not really benefiting him at all. Camels now around here, not really getting in. Can TaToH finish those walls? Yes, he can. They can't do anything. That tower is up. Stark kind of lost this game in this moment. Beautiful reaction here by TaToH. We are going to game number 7, guys. TaToH heavily using the market. Now trying to get a defensive castle up himself. He's getting the mangonel out as well. He did hold this, is controlling all this area. Has grip of his gold as well. Defensive castle will be up. I should have read this map, says Stark with those 3 gold spots. Yes, you should. Guys, it's time to stop kidding around. We are going into game number 7. Just a very bad map with the 3 golds. Then Indians against Incas, probably not the greatest thing ever. Economy in the end. TaToH, more wood and more gold. Oh well, more villagers for him as well. And guys, I love you guys so much. everyone who just was spamming some hype song in the chat, you know exactly what is coming up, because this is the last game of the loser bracket finals. This is game number 7. This is mirror match coming your way. TaToH against St4rk. Let's get hyped! Four hours, 20 minutes in this series, guy. We have been waiting quite a bit. We have been tindering quite a bit. We have been attacked by ladybugs. We have seen 6 games. We have seen great tower rushes. We have seen failed double siege workshop aggressions. We have seen short games. We have seen the over 1 hour games. We have seen 5 relics picked and lost twice. Guys, we have seen a lot in this tournament, and we have seen a lot in this series for sure as well. TaToH, I believe, could maybe restart this map, so don't get overexcited in this one. And he suddenly has a bad start. Let's take a look into this one. We are looking into in Burmese mirror match here, game number 7, the deciding map. He had very late sheep. I think he should have a restart left. Let's take a look. Is he going for it? And let's take a look at the timer. Is 357, 357, 358. TaToH is picking the restart. Good decision by him. This was a very bad start by him. He needed to loom quite early, and we don't need to go too much into it, guys. Time to breathe again. Time to reheat your popcorn. Time to get another Coke Zero. To heat up your beer. Put it in between your thighs. That is not that ice cold. and breathe again, because game number 7 will come our way in another shape than this one, with TaToH having a huge disadvantage with a bad start. He luckily had a restart still saved and will use it in this map. Even sheeps would have been stolen.
Yes.
And we can see TaToH is calling the restart. Nothing special, nothing to be seen here, guys. And you know my rule. If we are just shortly away from the last game of the series, you know what I'm giving you.
Zonke. Zonke.
Burmese War. Still TaToH against Stark. I was so close to forgetting who was actually playing. Joshua! Thank you so much for your subscription. Neely is vegetarian. Well. But it's like I kind of grew him here as well, right? And if he eats, if I feed him like 1 gram of carrot, he's more vegetable than meat. So that's kind of interesting as well. Guys, time to breathe. We are going into game number 7. I will leave everyone used up their restarts. No, actually, Stark still has one. We will see about that. Let's jump into the potential last game that we will ever see of Stark and TaToH in this series. Cows eat 100 seconds of kilogram of grass, so cow is vegetable. But cow still weighs more than 100 kilogram. Ay. Weird logic. Okay, let's take a look. TaToH is playing the Burmese here with the team random civilization for game number 7. Let's take a look at his map. He has quite a big area here in the south as defensive stone, and actually, if he goes over here, 2 extra gold spots. Pretty sweet stuff for him. On the other side, Stark. Nice defensive gold for him. Defensive tier and another defensive gold spot. Stone. Pretty much to the front though. Could we see the Arambi tagged by both players here? It gets so tricky to move them, to do the damage, to do the hit and run. Maybe we can see some Monk Rush here as well. Bumi's obviously great with that. Having the cheaper tags there for all Monk technologies. We won't see a restart, guys. It is on. Game number 7. No more restarts, no more tries, no more admin restarts here as well. This will be the last game of the evening. The last game for either TaToH or Stark in this whole tournament. We have fought for over 2 months now in this 4-digit prize pool tournament. The Viper is waiting in the winner bracket finals. Both players after the series have reasonable claims to fight in the finals against Viper and try to maybe squeeze 1, 2, 3, 4 map wins off, maybe win the whole series against him. Everyone who goes in there, it will be the underdog, but still the prize money for second is what they are playing for at the moment. Maybe even the prize money for place number 1 and a lot of prestige. As I said several times, TaToH, the new Tyrant, needs to place himself quite well on the horizon on the international tournament circuit. Stark, someone who isn't really well known for great performances in 1v1 tournaments, more of the I win some Nations Cup guy. Maybe this could be his big breakthrough tournament. At the moment, he is performing amazing. TaToH trying to push some more deer, didn't really go for that, and actually did scout the 2 extra gold spots. Relics visible from the start since we're Burmese. We restarted the game before. It was TaToH. So Stark still has 1 restart left, but not able to pull that one anymore. 5 on food here for Stark. Second lumber camp for him. No tower rush by any of the 2 players. Question is, will... Oh, look at that. He's now walling this area so that when the deer are trying to go back to their spawns, they will automatically run towards the north. And therefore he has a better distance towards the TC. Interesting move, something I've probably never seen before. And as you can see, now the deer will just beautifully run into the TC. Interesting move by TaToH. I'm not 100% sure if it's worth it, but it looks beautiful and I want to applaud him for that. That's enough. 1 clap. That's all I can give you, because it isn't directly under the TC. The deer. That's nice as well. Clap. TaToH clicking up with pop 27 actually. That kind of indicates a Rambi to me. Not really a Monk Rush. On the other side, Stark playing this a bit more efficiently with 2 on gold here. He has the typical 8 on wood. And now the last deer will be pushed in. 5 on the berries. That's a bit more than standard. Now the deer kind of bugging out there, but now running around and should be short. Yeah. And now deleting those walls. 200 IQ play here by Mr. TaToH, for sure. Only 6 on wood though. Oh, that looked like a small misclick, but seems like he didn't misclick all the resources. Interestingly enough, what is TaToH really going for? Now queuing up some farms. And... Stark is up.
Okay.
3 claps for TaToH. The amount he got when he didn't do his math homework from his mom. I shouldn't do those kind of jokes. And where are the villagers going? Normally you want to see them move out. Okay, now over here. Market. Blacksmith. Okay. All good. 2 on gold, so that will be some defensive monks here, I would say. Must be so late in Spain. I believe it's 2:30 a.m. for TaToH. How can one participate in those competitions? Well, become one of the best 64 players in the world and go on AoE zone and sign up. Actually, I think it was open sign up, so everyone could play. So just AoE zone. That's where we see all the great tournaments being organized at the moment. No, top 64. I believe it was only 64 players actually signed up. You don't need to be top 64. Actually, there were way worse players in there. Okay, what strategies are we seeing? TaToH, now 6 on gold. This looks like double monastery defensively. On the other side, we have 6 on gold for Stark. This looks like 2 monasteries over here. Maybe trying to grab those relics a bit earlier. Are we seeing them rushing for atonement? Nothing else is reasonable at the moment. The top 64? No. That's why I didn't play the tournament. How big is a community average number? Any web? You can Google that. There are 2 platforms, Woobly and Steam. I believe Steam has like 200k players per month, but 90% of them are playing like single player. And Woobly has, I believe, like 15k or something, and that's only multiplayer. At least that's the rumor numbers I heard, but don't know, like, I'm not 100% certain on those. Not counting game range. My bad. Okay, 1 XRTC by Stark, 2 XRTCs by Stark, and 2 monasteries. Exactly what we expected. Scout still out for Mr. TaToH. Scout still out for Stark. Is he trying to take this engagement? Stark? Actually, moving back here, wants to get some healing, maybe wants to get the convert in. TaToH on the other side, only 1 monastery. 2 XRTCs for him as well. Everything just a bit slower than Stark at the moment. Not the most crisp game. Already 3 villagers behind. Military, he will be slower as well. Not happy with how TaToH's going with it at the moment. Now 6 villager lead already by Stark here. Just enormous. 9k people at the moment online, AV2 HD. And that's a pretty bad time for you. There are like very little Europeans. And obviously like all the Asian guys are working as well, but very little Asian players over at HD anyways. At least that's what I heard. Oh, let's take a look. First engagement. We can finally start to talk about this game. Sanctity now on the way for TaToH as well. Sanctity is something that Stark already has. Therefore, we needed 4 hits normally against that monk that picked up the relic. So we went up to 5. TaToH with the first kill here is picking up that relic. And we see atonement on the way. Something that Stark, I believe, doesn't have yet. He will get 1 relic home though, so that will be 2 relics against 1. So we are fighting for the 2 remaining relics here at the top. China has lots of players, yeah, but I believe they aren't really playing on Steam. They're mainly playing on China Woobly, right? Or Woobly China, however you want to call it. Let's take a look. Favor now for TaToH. Is he trying to go for the kill here? I'm not 100% sure if he really should go for it. Is going for hit number 3, hit number 4, and is not getting the convert. 1 HP survive here for Mr. Stark. And it seems like 11 damage is what the scout did there. Beautiful move here. Sanctity really helping out. And now the converts. Let's take a look against the scout, against the monk as well. What TaToH can go for. Oh, and that's a big army here for Stark coming over, and he has a token as well. TaToH is trying to run. This is looking pretty ugly for him. 4 military against 8 military. Stark was just such a better build-up. I have no idea how TaToH screwed this up. Was it maybe the weird boar lure, deer lure there? Or deer push? I have no idea. Oof. TaToH trying to run with this relic, but is that really an option? I'm not 100% sure. Trying to get converts on the scouts now, dropping off the relic. That doesn't look too great for TaToH, trying to micro back, getting the convert on one scout here, but loses one monk. The other monk has no monk juice, will go down here for sure. Reconverted the scout. This is looking so good for Stark. We'll get that one relic, so it will be 4 against 1 relic, and still heavy map control for Mr. Stark here. At the same time, TaToH did catch up with the eco. There's only, or is even 2 villages ahead, and TaToH now switching into the stable and will go on to scouts, something that Stark won't be forced into. TaToH even buying some stone and is going for forced TC here at the front with his stone. Looks like TaToH is pretty tired. He didn't play it too poorly after the start. I believe the last 5 minutes were pretty perfect. Just the Starkage felt a bit sloppy. Let's take a look. Converts here. Oh, actually triple convert by TaToH. That's not what he was looking for. And is now getting the reconverts. Let's take a look. And still has some monks out here. Needs micro towards his own unit. Isn't really doing that. Well, he got 1 monk and now just needs to retreat. Pretty solid if you ask me. And closing the gate behind him. TaToH is somewhat getting back into this game, but the big problem will be soon 3 relics, maybe even 4 relics against only 1 of TaToH, who's now going for handcut and is going heavily onto stone, so he wants to make a ram buy happen. Let's take a look at the other side. Stark, how is he looking on stone? And trying to go an outpost. He did collect 70, well, roughly 80 stone so far, so no biggie just yet. Start going for the casual loom and first 2 mill upgrades. Stark now on the way to Imperial Age though, something that TaToH is far away from, but blocking the stone spots, and that's what he knows. Let's take a look. Now building a stable inside. Oh, we're getting into the interesting phase, but he thinks better of it. Yeah, a stable, does that really work too well? Not really. Horse color and heavy blow very late there by Stark, but it's okay. Horse color was more crucial. And TaToH, well, that outpost won't do too much, only now getting Tom Watch in, and then he has a bit more vision, sees is stable now by Stark, and is just leaving the villager, knows that sooner or later she would get converted anyways. And TaToH is actually getting the 2nd relic. That's quite surprising to me for sure. I think TaToH should stop building more villagers and should transition into Imperial Age as well. Whew. TaToH up to Imperial Age. He will be a solid minute and 50 seconds later. Start going for some scouts. TaToH still that 1 outpost. Knows, has some intel, sees the amount of monks, sees 2 stables. Kind of has to be happy with that. And now we see more barracks. TaToH is transitioning into Halberdier. Surely a strong unit there with the Burmese, having +3 attack as well on them. Monks aren't performing too well against them as well, and Stark, if he just stays on light cav, that won't be too great. Maybe TaToH with his ram by Halberdier composition will be better than the monk light cav that Stark is going for. Oh, Walter even getting denied on the 3-layer pyramid. Ay, now it's getting really embarrassing. Still on stone is Mr. TaToH. Building the castle. TaToH trying to defend. Stark going on elimination, block printing, and theocracy. All the upgrades we want to see. Monk army of Stark still around. I believe TaToH is going on to the better army composition. Honestly, like Halberdiers against Light Cav and Monks? Not too bad. TaToH now adding some Light Cavs. And TaToH knows exactly what st4rk is going for. st4rk? Well, knows about 2 barracks now. Do we have a transition out of him? We have no archery range, we have no castle. At the moment, Halberdiers are so good for TaToH. Oof. Chemistry for st4rk. Is he switching on to... I don't see any archery ranges. Now he's switching into archery ranges, so that most likely will be hand cannoneers out of st4rk. Halberdiers for TaToH round. And remember guys, he still has 2 extra gold spots. Relic count is 2 to 3. Villager count, roughly 20 more for TaToH. st4rk going for botkin arrows, so maybe that's a transition into skirms. Or maybe Arbalest, or what are we seeing? I'm not even sure if Burmese have Arbalest. And 4 quadruple archery range again seems to be his favorite number when it comes to Arbalest. Bracer and +1 attack. Bracer and +1 defense. Show me, what are you going for? Elite skirmishers. Okay, but then we need more farms. And he is adding some more. Okay. Pop 160, pop 130 for st4rk. Finally, that siege workshop getting cleared up. st4rk is going for an interesting army composition. Not your typical army composition of the Burmese. Light Cav, elite skirmishers, monks. TaToH on the other side stays on his Halberdiers. Now the second castle will go for the other gold at the side. He is playing the long run game. Wants to get onto the better army composition. st4rk, 20 villagers behind. Not the greatest spot for him. Building a defensive castle now. Oh! The ladybug flew away. Oof. Burmese skirms, almost as bad as Turk skirms. Well, you only have 1 defense, right? That's not the greatest thing. TaToH just getting away with some Halberdiers. Going for the +2 defense. There's no attack upgrades at all at the moment. How will this engagement go? Let's take a look. Skirmishes, if they just do the damage from the distance, st4rk around with some Rambai, TaToH now building some as well. We are starting to fight in this game. At the moment, KD 2 to 9 and 5 to 9, so not a lot of kills this far in this game, but this will change pretty quickly. From now on, we will see endless amount of fights till someone needs to tap out in this game. Now, elite skirmishers, quite nice against all those Halberdiers, which have very little amount of upgrades on them this far. Not a single attack upgrade, only 2 defensive upgrades. Now TaToH's catching up with Redemption and TaToH 3. He is going on to some Rambais. We see the conscription upgrade now. And he wants to keep up with his production. Going for Bloodlines and Light Cav. st4rk is going for the big trash army. Isn't really going for a lot of gold as well. Second defensive castle, so maybe a Rambais are an option. Can we maybe even see some elephants here? No ballistics this far by Mr. st4rk. On the other side, TaToH. What is he going for? At the moment, Light Cav. Are we seeing more? We see more stables. So that will indeed be in that direction. Hussar upgrade now for st4rk. They are playing this with mass trash. st4rk going for the stone in the top. Elephants against monks. I will take that idea back. Good point. Still no ballistics. TaToH trying to get more upgrades. We will see both players completely maxed out in this game. Guys, this game could go on for quite some time. The army of Stark not looking too strong though. But TaToH pretty heavy on the Halberdiers as well. Now going for University. Pretty weird timing. Going for Masonry first. Or Chemistry. Both players kind of chilling this out. Only now University for Stark as well. So very little amount of kills so far in this game. Let's take a look. Well, those Hussars won't have the greatest field day. They will just get instant wrecked. Ay, 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 ay. What the? Oh, ay, ay, ay. I have no idea what that was. Probably wanted to raid some eco, but that was closed. Love to see some siege. Elite Arambai even on the way for Stark. Halberdiers now pushing in rams as well. Not 100% sure if that's the greatest engagement ever. No use of the monks of Stark here in the back. Let's take a look. We see TaToH going for quite some converts. Hussars are trying to come around, trying to smack them down, but Halberdiers are doing a good job at coming back. But more Hussars from the front. Quite a nice surround here at the moment. Those rams completely unprotected, and therefore TaToH will lose those rams here quite easy. I believe Arambai have some extra damage. Oh, not really. Against those rams, but yeah, just some Halberdiers that got converted, and Hussars are doing the job. At the moment, I feel Stark needs to go on to Halberdiers as well. He's just dropping heavily. Both players going around pop 170 now, and now we see more monks fall on both sides. So maybe now is the time to switch into Elephant. No, not really. We still have too many monks around. Both players around pop 170. As I said before, I like the addition of rams. TaToH now switching on to defense upgrades here. Ram buys. Not really a thing for him. Just now elite ram buys for Stark. Trap needs to get micro back. Actually loses his life. Stark at the moment leading when it comes to military quite heavily. 70 to 40. That's quite nice for him at the top. TaToH got some raids in. Will get cleared up by Elite Arambai coming over though pretty soon once they hit, obviously. Elite Arambai now for TaToH as well, and going for Chemistry. This will be a relentless fight. This will be the worthy ending of this series. This will be a very long fight over here. I don't like that we don't have any Halberdiers from Stark yet, but that amount of Arambai is dealing quite well with everything as a meat shield in the front. TaToH, you need Arambai for him as well. Finally the +4 attack around, something we have from Stark for quite some time now. I hope everyone has the eco upgrade. That could really be the difference. And Stark 20 less villagers. That's kind of weird. Would love to see at least 10 added there. 112 only for him. Yeah, he has a nice big army, but he needs to keep on the production over and over again. TaToH's resources 3k, 1k, 500. On the other side we have 1.6k, 800, 1k, 1k. I would say. Now, ooh, those monks are overextending quite a bit. Stark staying at pop 180, military still 70 to 40. Only thing going pretty well for TaToH at the moment are those juicy rams. Not a lot of stuff against them. I can see like 4 Hussars around. Those traps are in danger. Let's take a look. Monks not getting the converts in. The Arambai not closing down the distance. This looks good for TaToH only because of those small amount of rams, and the traps are getting sniped. The castle of TaToH will survive this quite nicely. Done by TaToH, having those rams doing the work here. Another castle coming up, so maybe the production of the traps will take up again. And we have a lot of traps coming up. Pretty sweet stuff. Rambai's out as well. Gonna love those Hussars. The question is, why is he not going for Halberdiers himself? He sees the TaToHs mixing in those Halberdiers, even going for Arsons as well. Burmese do not have siege onagers for sure. What a game indeed. Traps around. Why is Stark not going for any siege? Not bombard cannons, no onagers, no rams as well. It just looks so efficient. But now, TaToH losing quite a bit of his Arambai. Military count pretty even. That means Taro actually in the overall lead. Stark maybe his 22 few villagers. Let's take a look at his resources. We're already at his point of view. Only gold looks pretty solid for him. And is he maybe getting overrun here? Could get pretty tricky. He needs to retreat. Still a Ramba in the back. They're obviously the main damage dealers here. 20 attack for them. 3 traps out trying to return the favor of the attack here. But those Harbidiers are doing just so much damage against the trap. Pretty beautiful job here. Taro is moving in more and more Rambis, but they cannot really be in the front. But with only 5 range, it's kind of tough to stay in the back as well. Skirmisher numbers not overwhelming at the moment. Trying to snipe down a Rambi number 1 by 1. Traps. Oh, losing another trap even. This castle went down. Beautiful job here by Taro. And it's simply the Rams that are winning the game for Taro at the moment. No answer against that by Stark. I want to see more farms. Just give me 10 more farms. Give me more hussars. Give me halberdiers. Something to answer that. Taro, he's playing it a bit like the Spanish, something that we are comparing quite often, Burmese and Spanish, because you go for your ranged mobile unit out of the castle, go for some rams, maybe some halberdiers, and then they're so similar. And at the moment, no rams, simply no rams by Stark, no halberdiers as well. He's not going for the full tech tree that he has available. Another round of halberdiers killing some traps, and indeed Taro just sniped those and is going back again. That's another castle falling, and that puts Stark down to 2 castles, and a Ramba production of 2 castles in a 1v1 scenario without any gold spots, kind of reasonable. But if we're talking about no gold spots, Taro still have 1.5k left to mine over here, and quite a nice amount of Rambas. Monks in the back can maybe get some converts in. Hussars now closing down the distance against the skirmishers, that they don't have the greatest defense here. I believe Taro could maybe finish this here. Pop 190 against Pop 180 still. Siege Workshop, another one coming at the front. Skirmishers completely exposed at the moment. They aren't really doing the damage. Taro now leading by roughly 40 population. That's 15 villagers and roughly a bit more than 20 military count here. Those are Rambis, absolutely unanswered at the moment. Where do we see the traps? The traps are going forward. Siege engineers now by Taro to get more damage output there with his rams. Give the traps one more range as well. Trying to defend here is Mr. Stark. Let's take a look. Stark. 26 idle villagers indeed. Where are those? All around, scattered around the map. Not really getting it done. Ay, 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 ay. And he even lost his monastery at the front here. No relics at the moment for him, but he's picking them up, so not the biggest of problems. He is still at Pop 180. He knows what's on the line, but losing another castle here, and then it's getting tricky. Those rams at the front. Oh, only now ballistics by Taro. That's a big mistake by him for sure. I believe the accuracy increased from 20 to 30% or something from his Rambai could really help out. Let's take a look. Trying to repair this castle with 1 villager. That's not really a thing I heard. And suddenly Pop 190 out of 180. But Stark is building more. Oh, actually, he built another castle back here. Okay, makes sense. Is staying on a Rambai. Just think about how efficient onagers behind this could be. More hussars. I believe skirmish not the units to go for anymore. Taro, lots of map control, going for the stone, expanding, taking a lot of wood. Well, that's not really important. Haven't seen any arena games go into the phase where wood will be the main issue. Stark still at the pop limit here, but it feels like it's only going in one direction. It's more in the back of his base. On his attack now by Taro, indeed. He is pushing with his Rambai. More military now out for Stark. He did build more villagers, so did catch up with that. I love how the moves he is taking at the moment. That raid will get stopped as well by the double castle defense here. The Rambai waypoint wasn't really set correctly. Let's take a look. Will get cleared up for sure. The big fight at the front continues. And maybe Stark is taking those fights a bit more gold efficient. with his skirms at the front, the Rambai in the back, taking good care of all the Halberdiers coming in and all the Hussars coming in as well. So maybe if Stark is focusing down all the Rambais, something he is doing now, that could work out quite nicely. Still no answer to the Rams, and still no Rams himself is a big issue though for me. Let's take a look. Relic number 3 should get back in here. Stark is dropping down to pop 170. Has enough resources though to get the production rolling. But how many archer range does he have? Only 4 at the moment. This is looking very dicey. How many stables? Enough to produce siege workshops. Well, some at the side, but will that be enough? TaToH's push just continues, and now onagers on the map as well. And if they get good shots against those skirmishers, the whole defense of Stark could fall. And those Rams doing a great job to killing those archer rangers, and suddenly we're down to 2 archer rangers. Now finally switching on to Halberdiers, but this could be a little too late. Halberdier attack now, +1 defense only research now. Onager shot could be good against those skirmishers. Getting a semi-good hit and doing a lot more damage against those Rambais. Let's take a look. Can he get another shot in? Well, gets at least some kills, some more damage for sure. Hussar rates in the woodline here. At the moment, Stark struggling to get to pop limit. He has more resources in the bank, but the attack is what he's going for now. He still has some Rambai at the side. Pop 133. TaToH will most likely take this game only because he went on to siege so much better, and Stark didn't really have any answer on it, just still in the back. Hussar's coming over trying to snipe down those traps but cannot close the distance. TaToH has way too much army, guys. This is the 5-4 or 4-3 for Mr. TaToH. He will go into the finals against Viper. GG, well played. Good luck in the finals by Stark. What a great, incredible series. TaToH had so many troubles, not the greatest Dark Age there, but then in the end did go for the right army composition, did camp it out so beautiful, did go on to Halberdiers, and then in the end the Rambai micro control did get all the upgrades, the Rams on it just helping out everything, and did get a beautiful win. 4-3 for Mr. TaToH himself, who will go into the finals. But please guys, also give some respect to Stark, who put on an incredible series. Let's see what he is writing here. Ay.